podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Boxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I don't want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my drop. I know my situation. I want to fight.
Production.
But it's going to be very difficult for both of us.
Boxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday's edition of the Wilder versus Stiverne 2 preview show, where we'll be talking Deontay Wilder, the WBC champion, excuse me, who will be defending his title versus mandatory challenger Bermane Stiverne. You can head on over to our YouTube channel and check out interviews with these guys yesterday at the media workout and today at the final press conference. We'll also be talking the co-main event, Shawn Porter and Adrian Granados. You could definitely check out interviews on them as well on the YouTube channel. On the opener, we have Dominic Breazeale, who's going to be taking on Eric Molina in a fight that's going under the radar. I mean, we haven't talked about this at all. Fight fans haven't called in to speak about this. Absolutely no buildup. I don't even know. I mean, Matt put this in the topics. I'm not even sure if this is on the card because I didn't even see Molina at the media workout. So
it is.
Excuse me?
It is. At least the last time I checked.
Well, I didn't see Breazeale in New York either, but Matt knows better than I. And Canelo Triple G rematch? Maybe later. Like I told you guys a couple of days ago, that shit was going to happen September. Well, that's what it looked like. De La Hoya's coming out. Matt got some new quotes. We got some new information. It's looking like Billy Joe Saunders, David Lemieux winner for Canelo, and rightfully so. Why not go get a little trinket, you know, get some negotiation power going, you know, kind of starve Triple G out, make him sweat a little bit thinking that he's running out of options or that he might not get that fight. I understand all that. We got a bunch of other headlines today that we'll be talking with you about. So remember the number 1-425-569-5241. I'm going to head on out to my co-hosts. And, yeah, we're going to talk some boxing. So remember to tell a friend that TBV is back.
Gennady Golovkin production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
Boxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout. When the main thing is, I just help the guy. I wish.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here. Haters beware. And unfortunately, I am battling a stomach flu right now, so I feel as good as this fight is this weekend because we all know this fight, the biggest fight this weekend, is a mismatch. We all know Deontay Wilder should go in there and outclass Bermane Stiverne again. And it's a question of, does he put him out this time? It's a question of, does he get the knockout? Obviously, we have Shawn Porter versus Adrian Granados, which I think is not a fantastic fight, but that's a fun fight. That's an entertaining fight. That should be a fun scrap. Dominic Breazeale versus Eric Molina, which is not on the Showtime telecast. And I believe it's not even on Showtime Extreme. And I am very curious if it's going to be on their website. But it is on the card. It is scheduled per BoxRec still. And per ESPN, it is still scheduled. So as far as I know, the fight is still on. I think that's a fantastic heavyweight fight in that like top 15 range. And obviously, Canelo Triple G rematch. Is it going to happen Cinco de Mayo, September? Are they going to quote unquote marinate it some more? Can't wait to chop it up with Mr. Clark Kent back on the panel. Can't wait to have him on and hear his opinions. Plus you, Nestor Gibbs, and the callers. Should be a fun, packed show.
Let's head on out to the Golden State to Young Lampley, Stephen Calderon.
There'll be nothing but smooth sailing.
I thought that all of these corny ass look-alike jokes were going to be kept off air, but it seems like my co-panelists are bringing it to the show. Thanks a lot, guys.
Of course.
By the way, none of you guys are mentioning how good I'm looking losing weight. I'm down to 178, lost 20 pounds in like 7 weeks. So Thanks for that, guys. Matt, you said that the biggest fight this weekend is a mismatch, but since arguably both fights of the weekend, like the big fights anyways, are mismatches, is one really bigger than the other?
I would say so. I would say that Bermane Stiverne and Deontay Wilder is a bigger mismatch than Shawn Porter, Adrian Granados, right? That's what you're alluding to. Is those two are the big fights.
Well, yeah. Go ahead, keep going.
And I would say mainly due to Granados' grit. I think Granados can hang in there. Granados can make it a fun fight. Granados is still, I would say, in his athletic prime, whatever that means. As an Andre Berto in Shawn Porter's last fight was not in his athletic prime. And we saw that. We saw the effects of that when you go up against a Shawn Porter. We have a tough guy that likes the inside fight. I think Adrian Granados is going to go in there and make it a dog fight when a lot of people, excuse me, aren't expecting that. Well, I think Stiverne has only slipped and done nothing since the Wilder fight.
You know, it's curious because I think for like a heavyweight, especially one of Bermane Stiverne's age, and I think just for like any boxer in general, because Bermane Stiverne, like I'm looking him up right now, he was born in 78. Like, if that's right, what does that make him? Like almost 40 years old? Right? He'd be 39?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that sounds right.
Why do you think he decided to stay relatively inactive? Do you think it was just so he can try to keep that mandatory status to fight Deontay? Didn't want to risk losing somebody else?
I mean, God knows with Stiverne. He knew he could get another good paycheck with Deontay Wilder. I think with anyone else, he did not know if he could get that paycheck, and I don't think he was gonna get a Joshua fight. I don't know why. Maybe from the politics of it being Don King and Eddie Hearn, maybe they don't get along. I don't know, but he obviously was never going towards Anthony Joshua. He's only cared about getting that rematch. And I don't know. It's Stiverne. I mean, I interviewed him at the Mayweather-McGregor media event because Stiverne was there, and Stiverne was adamant that he was going to get this fight, and he did. He was right, even though obviously Luis Ortiz had it, and we know what happened to Luis Ortiz. Stiverne got the rematch. He got what he wanted. So I think his whole plan was to get the Wilder rematch, and he got it.
I mean,
all right. So hold on. Sorry, that's just real quick. This one little bit because we're talking about the purses. I'm looking it up right now, and via, dang it, I found the old purses from their first fight. Well, if anyone's interested in their first fight, Deontay Wilder won $1 million, while Stiverne only won $900,000. I'm gonna look for their purses for this fight because it's curious to see why Bermane would choose to sit out for so long. It would have to be a purse that's worthwhile.
I mean, Stiverne was already paid $600,000 by Wilder alone to step aside. So Stiverne's already made money. Like, you gotta think about it that way. Like, Stiverne's already made enough money to where he's satisfied, I would say. He's made a couple fight paychecks already, just with the step aside money.
Well, step aside money he was going to receive. And, you guys are arguing. I don't know if I could just categorize it as why, but I think that sums it up. And the why is more, it's the biggest money fight he can get. He could easily have fought other names to kind of earn this position, but all that would do is quiet some of the hating fans, maybe, that he really doesn't have to see if he's not frequenting any websites or on social media. So he didn't care. He stuck around and made sure that the WBC gave him that mandatory position. He's a resident of Vegas, so he gets to see Suleiman a lot since there are so many fights out there in Vegas. I remember talking to him and he was like, man, I'm about to go see Suleiman right now. So he was always staying chummy and why fight the likes of Breazeale or anything like that if an opportunity of this magnitude isn't attached to it, because that's what everyone's fighting for that eliminator, for that title shot, because once you get that, that's where the money starts flowing in. So I know why Bermane stuck around. Question, I guess, or the finger to point and the direction to be pointed at is the WBC for allowing him to be here. He should have had the eliminator that he was initially going to have with Povetkin. Both men tested positive, right? Or just Povetkin, but Bermane in the past or something. I don't know. They cleared it up. I'm not 100% sure on that. Matt, you seem like you might have some info on it.
No, I just want to really address the whole WBC, the decision to have Stiverne still the mandatory, regardless of him not fighting for that mandatory spot.
That's the issue that caused all this.
I'll bring it down to this: the fans will never get behind a mandatory guy, the guy coming into that mandatory status, if he didn't fight and earn that spot. The reason why people supported Earl Spence and supported other mandatories like him is because those mandatories earned that status. They fought to get there, and then they earned that status. Stiverne did not do that. Not even close. And the exact opposite. He didn't fight, and he was rewarded that status. That's why the fans never got behind this. And Stiverne should have known in the very beginning of this all that he wasn't going to have any fan backing whatsoever because he did not earn this mandatory status whatsoever. And the WBC, very quickly, the WBC should have known that this was going to be a loss because they set up this arbitrary mandatory status for Bermane Stiverne when he did not earn it, which was complete bullshit.
And just to clear it up, it was Povetkin that tested positive, and Stiverne refused to fight him after he failed the drug test. And that was like way back in January of 2016. All right, so can we talk about how really shitty this is that poor Shawn Porter has had to jump through multiple hoops to get that WBC mandatory status that he might end up having to fight another? Because remember, he was supposed to get the mandatory status after beating Berto, and now he's got to fight Danny Garcia. And it's all that bullshit, right? So I think if we look at where Porter's at right now, do you think the Granados, I'm just trying to segue into the next topic. Do you think that beating Granados is just, do you think that does anything for the WBC? Like, the WBC didn't mandate that, right? Do you think they're going to look at that? They can't look at that and say, all right, fine, you get to fight you're the mandatory now? Like, they didn't even consider that?
The reason why the WBC always backs Stiverne is because he had Don King in his side. And politics. Politics always rule the sport. And regardless of what the fans' perception of Don King is still a connected motherfucker in the business. So that's why Stiverne always had that status. The reason why Shawn Porter doesn't get that love is because he's not the top priority for Al Heyman or the WBC in that division. That's just a God-honest truth, unfortunately. He's not. You have Spence, Garcia, Thurman. I mean, let's be honest here. Shawn Porter is sort of the blue-collar sort of guy. He's the guy that all the fans love, but he's not necessarily the star of the division. At least Stiverne had Don King completely on his side. Al Heyman is not going to back for Shawn Porter the same way Don King is going to bat for Stiverne.
Yeah, but what can Al Heyman really do as just an advisor? Don King's a promoter.
You can do a lot.
I remember Golden Boy way back in the day, it must have been like 2007, they decided to manage a fighter. And it was only one fighter that they tried to manage, and they were like, we're not going to promote him, we're just going to manage him. And they weren't able to do much with him. And I think later on, Golden Boy eventually ended up admitting, there's more I could do as a promoter as opposed to a manager.
Well, where are we? Golden Boy. How'd we get on Golden Boy? Well, we're talking about Granados and the WBC and their decisions. I've been trying in the back end here to pull up an article. I can't get an actual link. I'm pissed off. It's titled, oh, maybe I have to take out Dylan. It's titled White Slams WBC, and it's fitting for our conversation because the WBC passed over Dillian White. They're now making Dominic Breazeale versus Eric Molina mandatory challenger for the WBC heavyweight title. You know, boxing fans are fickle, you know. I remember when Molina lost to Anthony Joshua, everybody's like, oh, Joshua did so much better than Eric Molina. You know, I happened to watch that fight again.
Wilder.
Molina should have been disqualified rounds ago for turning his back and running around. You know, I gotta.
That only lasted like 3 rounds.
It wouldn't matter. He should have been disqualified. The minute you turn your back, you lose, whether by disqualification or technical knockout. He literally turned his back and ran over 3 times. Literally. Wilder hit him in the back. I mean, dude. Freaking.
Wait, are you talking about the Wilder fight or the Joshua fight? Because you flip-flopped.
Wilder with Molina.
Okay, because you said Joshua and Molina.
Because I'm comparing it. I said boxing fans are fickle.
But you never said Wilder. It was confusing. That's all.
Well, again, boxing fans are fickle. When Molina faced Joshua, they made a big hoopla of it and act as if Wilder took forever. But, I mean, again, that fight should have been stopped. But, again, Breazeale and Eric Molina are in an eliminator to become Deontay Wilder's new mandatory. God only knows when that would actually happen because he's actually fighting his mandatory now on November 4th. But Matt, you immediately agreed with it. I don't know if the audience heard you, but you immediately said, which is right. So you feel that Eric Molina is the gateway to a title shot with Deontay Wilder?
No, that's not the reason why I say that is the right mandatory fight to make, or the fight to make the mandatory status. Because I think the White-Helenius fight was not deserving of that. I don't think Helenius had any bearing to be in a mandatory status fight. At least Eric Molina has been there. And we've seen,
especially after watching his performance. I mean, Helenius, that was a poor performance. That was worse than a sparring match. That dude, he's not on that level. He's not.
I'll be honest. The reason why I'm really okay with this, because I think, like most people, I suspect Dominic Breazeale to win. And I know that the storylines between him and Wilder have been there for, what, a year now? And it's
not a big enough storyline, to be honest with you.
No, wait, hold on. So you're saying that this mandatory status would be given to the right person because of promotional?
Get him, Lampley.
Yo, Clark, come on. Are we going to be naive here and act like promoters and sanctioning bodies don't work hand in hand?
Well, if that was the case, wouldn't Eddie Hearn's the promoter, right? And these guys, Eric Molina and what's his name, are only advised by Al Heyman. And you were just making an argument a few minutes ago that Al Heyman isn't going to be able to do as much as a promoter. Go ahead.
I said Al Heyman can definitely do as much as a promoter. I said Al Heyman's not doing enough for Shawn Porter compared to John King for Stavern. You're mixing your words here.
But Matt,
you're right. I mixed that up.
Your angle doesn't quite fit, right? Because if promoters and sanctioning bodies work hand in hand and yada, 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 as you say, well, then Eddie Hearn would much rather love his $4 million Dillian White to be the mandatory, not a guy that he has no promotional ties with in Eric Molina or Dominic Breazeale. Boom!
Well, play the soundbite.
Which one?
I'll play it because I can do it. We all know that there's no way Joseph Parker is taking that Anthony Joshua fight. And there's no way Anthony Joshua is taking that Wilder fight in the first quarter of next year. They're going to have to make another fight to sell 70,000 seats. Who's that going to be? Dillian White, number 2. Come on, man. That's the last name that they can really throw in there to sell 70,000 seats.
You don't think they'd be able to sell seats with Andy Ruiz or maybe?
Yo, come on, man.
Yeah, you're reaching now. Andy Ruiz, that was a curveball.
It's not just seats. It's also pay-per-view. Because Joshua's a pay-per-view star in the UK now.
It's not so much a curveball because Andy Ruiz lost to Parker in a close fight. So if you're trying to set up a Parker fight down the line, but you want to give him someone who you know you can beat, and it also gives a common opponent, and especially talking promotion-wise, that'll work.
Bro, stop it. All right. You look more intelligent with the Lampleys on, but you're not sounding it right now. I'm serious because Pulev and this dude that just lost, Takam, are more known in the heavyweight division than your boy Ruiz. They've at least fought people. Ruiz is only lost to Joseph. And his other biggest name is Joe Hanks, and I only know him because he's from Newark, which he's really not. You know what I'm saying? He claims to be from Newark. I never seen that.
One person Pulev is B. You can name that he lost to Klitschko.
You're right, but he's still more known, right? Keep it real. Pulev's name's been ringing in the heavyweight division for at least 5 years.
I'll give you that. Losing to Klitschko is better than losing to Parker.
I mean, that too. That too. But let's check out. I'll get in there with you. Oh, I don't even have to go in the division rankings with you, Steven. We can kill Matt and his whack ass Dylan White idea quicker with, but it's up to this fucking dude, and he's accident prone. But David, hey, if he could beat Tony Bellew, then we got a
thing. I don't know.
1,000 seat.
I don't know. That's not a guaranteed fight right now, so I can't say that's an option.
And let me tell you something.
No way Hay beats Bellew. No way Hay beats Bellew.
Oh, wow. You're going to hardline Bellew beats Hay?
Yo, I said that Charlo would knock out Hammer. Didn't he? Give me the Milkman soundbite.
Nah, we can't give you the Milkman soundbite because honestly, I don't even remember you making that pick. And maybe you did. I'm not questioning.
Was he even on the show? Was he even on the show?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not questioning your loyalty, your honesty, but you're here so
infrequently
that I don't even know if that's true.
Clark Kent never lies.
Well, Superman never lies. Clark Kent is living a lie.
Yeah, he
I'm on fire tonight. I'm on fire tonight.
Oh man, you're fucking bugging.
Yo, so I just want to tell you guys, I got this really interesting interview with Shawn Porter and Ken Porter on Patreon. But when I seen them in Gleason's, we kind of touched on some other interesting subjects, but still went back to Earl Spence and Shawn Porter. So definitely head on over to the YouTube channel and check that out. I'm not 100% sure if I've made it public yet, but it is uploaded, so it'll be out pretty soon. Make sure you subscribe so when it does come out, you get that notification. You got to hit the bell to get the notification, but it should be out, And I really went hard. I really did went hard, and he went hard back at me. I mean, Ken Porter had to step in, Matt. He's like, man, and
Good old Ken.
Good old Ken. So we talked about Porter Granados. I'm sure you guys talk more than me. What I will say is that in my time talking to Porter yesterday, he made it clear that he's not taking Granados lightly, Matt. He's not going to do like the rest of the Granados opponents. He doesn't want Granados walking around saying to other people, I beat Porter the way he's saying I beat Broner. But this guy's only fought twice, counting this fight, and I mean Shawn. And that was part of my interview. So again, it's very good. At least this one is out there for free. Go on YouTube, check it out. Because I mean, we're in this day and age now where we're only fighting twice a year. These guys, it's kind of pitiful. And he's not gonna fight the first quarter because Keith is out, and because Keith is out.
Why not take another name like Adrian Granados?
Excuse me?
Why not take another name like an Adrian Granados?
That's the thing. I said that. I said, so you're not even going to stay busy? He's like, no, for what, dude? For what? In hopes that then this dude doesn't fight us, we're going to sit around and wait. And it's just sad that 4 or 5 years later, Porter is still in the same situation. Like, he's still the toughest guy in the welterweight division. He's still the Debo, willing to fight everybody. It's just a really sad situation. He doesn't get what he wants. But then again, I mean, I guess it could be blamed on him, right? Because he did get what he wanted. But, he didn't get the decision, right?
You think this is one of those things where they might blame it on Al Heyman, where they say, because like Matt was saying earlier, Shawn hasn't appeared to be one of Al Heyman's favorite guys, but it's like, he's that good to where a lot of guys just simply don't want to fight him, and he is willing to fight anybody.
But isn't that a misconception? Some people say that, Porter isn't one of Al's favorite guys because he doesn't get the fights. But, think about these tune-ups. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys could do some digging, and he's getting some great money for this Granados fight. Well, guess why? Because he only fights twice a year, and it ain't his fault that they're not going to sign up. I'm pretty sure his father manager isn't allowing Al Heyman to pay him less than $1 million, even for this tune-up, simply because this is only his second fight this year.
Well, honestly, I don't think it's about not liking Porter. It's about prioritization and where your resources go, where your finances go, where your energy goes, where your time goes. If you're not the top 3 guy in that division, you're not going to be as prioritized. I don't think it's about liking. I think I think Steven, you almost misspoke there. I think you don't mean that. But some people might say that. I think Al Heyman loves Shawn Porter. He loves the Porters. He pays him very well. And he has obviously gotten him into big fights. The Kell Brook fight and the Keith Thurman fight are examples of him positioning Shawn Porter for big, mega fights. So I think Al Haymon loves Shawn Porter. But Shawn Porter doesn't bring back the return and investment that a Danny Garcia does, that Errol Spence does, and that Keith Thurman does at this point.
So when you were saying top 3 in the division, you meant top 3 moneymakers, not necessarily.
Absolutely.
Yo, and let me tell you something. That's the same way the Porters look at it. So they can't be mad either, right? Because their, I guess, defense to not entertaining guys like Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford, which is interesting to me, right? Is because the bigger money fights are with Keith and Danny. But when Danny moved up from 140, not undisputed, unified 140-pound champion, he was considered a big money fight because he was a unified 140-pound champion and did all that he did at 140. So now why is Crawford, who is, in the eyes of the public, more skilled than Danny and accomplished more than Danny?
Yes.
You know, technically, in case Team Danny is listening, I'm not trying to rub it in or say that he did anything more, but just technically, he was unified and undisputed and vacated that title. So any welterweight should be putting their hands up to fight that guy the way that they were putting their hands up to fight Danny. Or is Danny just way more popular than Terrence Crawford when he moved up to 140 to 147?
I think that when Danny looks easier to beat than Terrence Crawford. So I think when Danny moved up, the top guys in the division that wanted a big money fight, he also, like you said, he does bring in more money than a Terrence Crawford. Like how Matt was pointing out earlier, Danny's one of the top 3 earners in the division. So you put those together, and the Sharks were swimming when he moved up. It's not the case for Terrence Crawford because,
you know, and it's funny because I couldn't get them to say that shit on record. Like, even though I know that's the answer, like, yo, Danny looks like an easier fight.
But that's not the only answer, though. Let's be honest.
Really? What's the other one?
Come on, politics. I mean, we know that Bob Arum has said Terrence Crawford is going to face the Jeff Horn, Gary Cochran winner. That's the path for Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, but it's not politics, Mike. Matt, it's not politics.
Let me finish very fast. Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, all those guys are all under the same umbrella. So the matchups were easier. We all knew when Danny Garcia fought Robert Guerrero, it was all on the Keith Thurman. What? I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah, because you've been sick, Matt. It's okay. That's what buddies are for. I'm your bestest friend and your co-host.
So I've been killing both of you on this show, and I got the flu.
I got 2 booms on this show. I got 2 booms on this show already, and this is going to be my 3rd because guess what? Bob Arum already has publicly been out in the media. You're just sick. It's okay. You got a tummy ache. He's been out in the media, and he said Terrence Crawford will face Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia. And he said other Al Haymon fighters, but the pay-per-view fight is with Errol Spence. So, boom! We need that soundbite. Somebody clip my own boom so I can play it back in the future on Mad Dumbass.
I'm definitely not doing that for you. But let's be honest. That's what, at least 2 years away?
Nah.
I mean, it's definitely not happening. I don't think Terrence Crawford's fighting a single Al Haymon fighter next year.
Oh, that was a bad statement because he fought 2 last year, right? Or at least 1.
Yeah, Matt, you were on Twitter arguing with people that Crawford's last couple opponents had been
about timing. All about timing. It's all about building up Terrence Crawford in the top-ranked stable because the top-ranked stable is a little bit easier right now.
That's so sick. He thinks he's been winning all night.
Jesse Vargas signed with Al Haymon, right?
Yes.
Never mind then. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back instantly. I forgot about that. Fuck.
Yo, what was that famous tap dancer? That's
he's definitely fighting Jesse Vargas next year.
Is Fred Astaire?
He's 100% fighting Jesse Vargas next year. Unless Jesse gets that Danny fight.
No, he's not even fighting Jesse, Terrence is, because Jesse is now with Al. Al won't make the business
but Jesse is still with Top Rank.
But I'll tell you this. Terrence is definitely getting a big Al Haymon fighter end of next year.
Yes.
2018. After he takes Cochran or Horn's title. But it's funny because that's what Bob wants. But what if Horn has a rematch clause and Gary Cochran wins? They got to do it again.
I don't think Gary Cochran's winning. I don't think there's a rematch clause in that fight. But for the Jeff Horn Terrence Crawford fight, definitely. I can definitely see Bob making that trilogy.
Oh my.
Or trying to. At least making it 2 fights.
Oh my God.
If Jeff Horn's not winning, you can't make it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess you respect Jeff and give him a rematch. Could you imagine that Jeff Horn 5 years from now goes down as the guy that beat Pacquiao and had 2 fights with Crawford?
And let's be honest, you know why? You know why he could? Money.
That's insane.
When you can sell at 50,000 seat stadium, yes.
Yo, check out my interview on Patreon with Bob. He said he's gonna take Crawford to Brisbane for the fight. He's actually gonna be there. So Crawford, shout out to Crawford because he's always open to this type of shit. Like some guys are not. Like, some guys don't go mingle and watch other people's fights. Crawford actually flies with his trainer to other people's fights, not stablemates. Like, that's fucking awesome. So shout out to you. I know you don't really listen because you be on some hating shit, but I heard. So Canelo, right? Canelo and Triple G rematch. Oscar De La Hoya, David Lemieux, Billy Joe Saunders rematch because Golden Boy has all these plans with Canelo and possibly facing the winner of Lemieux and Saunders, but I'm sure Saunders' little intelligent ass has a rematch clause on the only thing that's made him relevant in the last 2 years.
Does he? I don't know.
I mean, do I need to repeat myself? I'm sure he put a rematch clause on the only thing that made him relevant in the last 2 years.
Doesn't sound that way. I mean,
when's the last time he fought Chris Eubank?
It sounds
actually his last important fight was what? Andy Lee?
No.
Who's the last relevant name? Like he was fighting Wolverine's fucking stunt body double extra the other day.
Did he even fight Andy Lee?
Oh no, he fought Monroe, right? He fought Monroe.
Nah, he fought Andy Lee. It's how he won the title.
Yeah, he fought Andy Lee.
Won the title against Chris Eubank.
No, he just beat Chris Eubank. That was for the British Commonwealth. Fucking...
Yeah, that was for the British bragging rights belt.
Yeah. All right, here I got his record up right now, guys. Okay, so he just beat Willie Monroe, obviously, so that I guess you can call that.
You got to give him credit for that because I rate Monroe, even though people are starting to look at him as not high. He needs a win. He beat Rosado, right? And Rosado just got to win over Tapia. He's there. He's definitely not A, maybe B minus, C plus. What do you think?
I can see that.
Okay.
B, solid B, because the division's starting to thin out. Arthur
starting to thin out? I doubt it. I think it's
middleweight.
Yeah, I think it's starting to heat up.
Just had Charlo and Andrade move up.
I know this guy's crazy. No. Hey,
a 6-fight deal with HBO to stay in the division.
No, Matt. It's okay. He's been gone so long. His boxing he's a
little rusty. Clark Kent.
No, he probably knows
he's not Superman Steve. He's Clark Kent.
Yeah, he probably knows more about like cooking recipes and wedding cakes than he does.
Steroids to take to lose weight. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I've been losing weight, so I wouldn't know anything about cooking recipes. What? All right, after Willie Monroe, it's that stunt double, and then it's Andy Lee in 2015. So he's only fought once a year the last 3 years.
Yo, here's the thing about the rematch clause.
If there's one.
Oscar made it very clear that if Lemieux wins that title, he's pretty much making the Canelo fight because it's in-house and it's easy money. That's happening. That's 100% happening.
I just can't see Frank Warren, right? Isn't that a Warren boy?
But let's be honest here. Who has more pull? Like, who has more negotiation power as a promoter? Oscar or Frank Warren?
Wow, you think they straight bullied him? Like, look.
Yes.
Like they did it like this. They said like this. Look, if you beat Lemieux, you get the Canelo fight.
Think about this.
But you gotta put in the contract that you don't want a rematch. But if you win the fight.
Think about the recent couple of years, U.S. promoters taking their star fighters to the UK and to Frank Warren specifically and beating Frank Warren's guys. Gervonta Davis was the last one to do it that I can think of.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think you sort of can do that because Frank Warren doesn't have the pull that Eddie Hearn has.
So you're saying they're selling belts this year?
Yes, because Box Nation's not doing nearly the numbers that fucking Sky Sports is.
When is that one penciled in for?
Which one?
Like
December 16th.
Oh wow, this year.
Yes.
Oh, quick turnaround for Saunders. That's nice. That is very nice. That's actually bad for people. He's a pretty good boxer. He is. I've watched him. He's a pretty good boxer. He doesn't have that much power, but he's got respectable power. Wow, December 16th. You know, another sad thing about that fight is in Canada. It's like, yo, his back's against the wall for sure. You know, he got a funny quote, though. He said if he gets robbed, he's going to punch the golden boy in the face. I wonder if he actually tries. I mean, his kid did kick somebody in the dick and shit.
I mean, that does seem like it's
Willie Monroe.
Yeah, I know. Kick poor Willie in the willy.
Really? That was such low-hanging fruit. Like, we all knew that joke was there.
You're a hater. You just mad you ain't get it all.
Yo, Ness is in 7th grade, guys.
You didn't get the joke off first. So the other part of that is obviously Oscar wants to match the winner with Canelo. And the sadder part for the groupie fans, you know, those that just follow blindly, they were expecting Triple G, Canelo, and Cinco de Mayo. Can I get some, I don't know, praise for being right? I said no. I said it wasn't going to happen in Cinco de Mayo.
I mean, you want me to praise you for saying something negative is going to happen and then it happened?
I mean, I don't want praise. I guess when you...
Yeah, I mean, like, you're right. I'll say you're right.
The word, it sounds...
You were right. You were right. I'll say that. Here, but you know what?
Can you just say I was right 3 times in a row?
There we go. Jesus came down from heaven and said, you're right.
No, but say it 3 times in a row, just like you were right.
No, we're not playing fucking Bloody Mary in this shit.
Right, it sounds better.
No.
Okay. I tried. But I think it's better, though, for the fight itself, maybe, because we never got those finalized pay-per-view numbers, guys. They did pull a fast one on us on that one. So I think it does better to build it for the next one.
No. What are you talking about, Ness?
Why immediate? We
already saw that. Oh, let me finish. A couple reasons. One, I think this fight doesn't need to be marinated anymore. Casual fans knew of this fight. And I think because of how good the first fight was, it will sell more the second time, especially if it's immediate. It's fresh in the public's mind. Get on it. Number 2, Triple G looked old. I don't want to see an even more faded version of Triple G in this matchup when we already are getting a past his prime version. I don't want to
past this prime.
Come on, man. You're 35.
You're being harsh.
He is. He's past his prime.
Yeah, he's kind of a young 35.
Mayweather's past his prime. That you can still be great and be past your prime. That happens, guys. You know. And
I would say that he's past his aura of like invincibility.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily say he's past his prime.
The dude is 36 years old. What 36-year-old is still in their prime today?
Mayweather.
Dude, Marquez was knocking dudes out at 40. Pacquiao was knocking dudes out at 36. So,
Cotto,
yeah, Cotto's still whipping dudes.
Dude, are any of those guys in their prime?
They were?
You know what the word prime means? Hold on. Do any of you know what the word
prime means? Marquez. I think Marquez was definitely in his prime at 36 because he was at an all-time in popularity. He was still icing dudes.
Box in 4 years. Move on. Who's active today? 36
No,
years
you said name anybody. Now you're changing the rules. All right, give me another second.
You named one guy that took steroids to enhance his later half of his
No proof. Whoa.
No proof. Whoa. Yo, retract that right here, bro. You can't be doing that on the biggest podcast in the world, just calling people fucking steroid users without proof. Whoa, bro. Whoa.
You don't gain power in the later half of your career like that.
Oh, so you just fucking take steroids, huh, Matt? That's your logic.
Yo, there's a lot of people that take steroids in the sport that haven't been popular.
Oh, you don't just throw accusations like that. Unprofessional. Hey,
what about Rigondeaux? Rigondeaux was like...
I'm a media
journalist right now. Rigondeaux's 37 right now. You think he's past his prime?
Yes.
By how many years?
I have no idea. We never saw his prime.
I think you're wrong then.
Yo, Matt doesn't lose arguments.
He entered the pro ranks after his 30s.
Yo, you guys ever troll Matt on Twitter?
Steven loves that, and he's always incorrect when he does it. It's always great.
Yeah, I know, man, because I swear, dude, sometimes I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, and then you go into attack mode so easily, dude. It's like flying over, like, Area 51. Like, the drones are out, like, immediately.
Immediately. Watch yourselves.
Hilarious. Any other headlines, Matthew?
Well, speaking of the heavyweight division, Luis Ortiz getting that 1-year suspension.
Oh
But,
yeah,
yeah. We never really actually talked about it.
We haven't talked about it on air, right? Luis Ortiz gets a banned suspension. He's banned, but he's really suspended, and it's only until September
with an option out at March.
An option out.
Yeah,
I like the way Steven put it. It's like, hey, give me that $250K and you can fight early. It's crazy, man. What are you gonna say about the poor sport we love, bro?
I'll put it this way very quickly. This is only days after, a week after the WBA says they're gonna enact a VADA program similar to the WBC, and then they do this. A guy that's popped a second time, you give him a year with an option out at 6 months. That's a fucking joke. That's not trying to clean up the sport. Not at all.
Well, there's a chance that they might deny him after 6 months. Like he gets the option to apply.
When has
deny it?
When has that happened though?
You love to assume, but
look at Povetkin. Look at Povetkin. He's popped twice, and he's back in the rankings for everything now.
Yeah, but
you don't think Luis Ortiz didn't get that same treatment?
But Povetkin also had a suspension, and he had things he had to do too.
Povetkin even fought without being sanctioned.
Yeah,
and your body still sanctioned him after that.
No, he fought without. That fight took place without. They retracted their sanction. They do that a lot. Just like they do that when you apply. You could apply. You could apply to have your fight sanctioned or some sort of belt be on the line, and they could deny you.
If you guys don't want to say that their program's a joke, that's fine. You guys don't have to say it, but I'll say it. Their program's a fucking joke. If you do this, it's a joke. It's not serious.
Whose program?
The WBA's.
Yeah, but theirs hasn't even started yet.
But you don't do this days after you announce a program. You don't take the soft line on a 2-time offender. That doesn't show that you want to clean up the sport. Period.
Yeah, it's easy to say, listen, and
they gave him a Matt.
This is just me playing devil's advocate here, but it's easy for you to say the words 2-time offender to kind of blanket the audience and get them in your favor, but technically it still was medicinal medicine for his blood pressure.
Doesn't matter. It's a banned substance.
Absolutely.
And he took it without.
But a 2-time offender, giving the impression that both times he was on steroids that perform.
I didn't say steroids. Did I ever use the word steroids?
No, but that is the conversation. The conversation.
Performance-enhancing drugs.
Steroids.
PEDs is not steroids.
But that's what it started with.
That's fine. I mean, if you want to make that distinction, that's fine. Okay, he didn't take steroids, whatever. But he took 2 banned substances. Just like Povetkin. Povetkin didn't take 2 steroids. I think one of them was a steroid and one of them was not.
No, one was definitely some shit that helps you, B.
No, one was melatonin, and that is said to be a diuretic.
See, this one, like you just said, this one is said to be a masking agent. So we really don't know what the fuck he had.
And it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. 2-time offender. You pop twice for a banned substance, and you get a year with 6 months out at an option. Like I don't that should be a 1st-time offender's suspension, not a 2-time offender suspension.
What should be 2-time?
Yeah, but I don't think it's that simple, Matt. It depends on the drug. How could you just say, "Oh, you got caught for anything that's on the banned substance list," when that thing is updated regularly, and anything that you can take, not anything, but things that you can ingest may have certain things, that'll show up on a test. I think it's
Here's what happens, Nestor. When you sign that contract and you say, I'm going to agree to this program, you are saying right then when you sign it that you are responsible for what you put in your body. You're responsible for what substances you put in your body. And if you're taking supplements that are tainted, that's on you. Because at any point, any of these boxers can hit up VADA and hit up WADA, and they can send their supplements in and say, hey, I want to take this supplement, this brand from this company and this factory, whatever they want. And they say, hey, is this okay to take? And VADA will tell them if it's okay or not to take. They can do that. That is a resource available to all of these fighters. So I don't buy that excuse anymore. I don't buy the tainted supplement excuse anymore. If you look across the yard to the cousin sport of boxing in the UFC, they've had a USADA program for a couple years now. And they've had this already. They've had these troubles that the WBC and the WBA are doing, where it's that trial and error, and they are making some bad calls. But I'm going to call them out on it. If you want to clean up the sport, get serious about it. Otherwise, get rid of these programs.
Matt, what do you want to do to him? What do you want to do to him, Matt?
I mean, I don't know how is he going off. The program hasn't even started. We don't even know the guidelines. We don't know anything.
If it's Matt, what do you want to do to him?
The program for the WBC is going to be the exact same thing. I think.
So what do you want to do to him, bro?
There's no set standards for punishment. Do you know that?
So what? You want to ban him for life? It seems to me like you want to ban him for life.
You understand the words coming out of my mouth. There are no set standards for punishment. That's
so then why? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm asking you to set a standard. Hypothetically, set a standard.
First-time offender, it should be a punishment. For any second-time offender, it should be a punishment. For any third-time offender, it should be a punishment. Whatever that punishment is, make it. But make it a standard.
Matt. Every case is individual.
It should be. I don't care that's individual cases. They're taking banned substances. And again, if you want to clean up the sport, clean up the fucking sport.
All right. And we have any other topics? Because you always like pop a blood vessel on this drug shit. Instead of going out there.
What are you taking for your flu right now?
Yeah. Instead of going out.
Is that shit banned or not?
Why you ain't running around with syringes, taking blood from these fighters, checking them your fucking self? You always.
Hey, Vado wants to pay me. I'll go do it.
No, I mean, they're not paying you now and you still popping a blood vessel.
Yeah, because I commentate on the sport that I love. I don't understand what's an issue. If anyone calls in here and says, I want the sport to be clean, I don't want there to be steroids in the sport, I want us to crack down on that, then let's have that conversation. Because right now we're not doing that.
Any other headlines, Matt?
I don't think so. It's been
it's been a slow week, man. I wonder how if there's gonna be any hype for that Wilder fight. I don't feel none. It's fight week. It's Thursday, final press conference. You feel any hype?
No. But I mean, like, we have some good viewers right now. I mean, it's on par with what our show was last Thursday for the Joshua fight. So we might get similar numbers on Showtime, maybe.
Hey, just checking. No one cares about the Jesus Soto Cross fight tonight, right?
Yes, no one cares.
I do.
Of course you do.
Isn't he fighting Juan Carlos Abreu, the same one that lost to Bradley?
Yes,
Abreu.
He was close enough.
Abreu. That's who he's fighting. I got to set my DVR. Thanks for the reminder, super producer. Let's get to some callers then, because you're done with the headlines, right?
Well, I think very quickly, run down picks, because I don't know if anyone actually said any picks. Obviously, Wilder by probably 8th round knockout, 7th round knockout. Porter by maybe 10th or 11th round TKO. And Dominic Breazeale by 6th round knockout.
So Matt's really making these picks.
Yes.
Interesting.
Hey, hold on real quick. Also, Salido is going to fight on December 9th. Did you guys go over that this week? I can't remember if you did.
Yeah.
I listened.
I know Bichelt got hurt. I didn't hear who his new opponent was.
Well, in case anyone is interested, he's going to be fighting against Miguel Mikey Roman.
Okay.
And then also that Neri guy.
Rocky Mo, is it? It's not
No,
Rocky.
not Roman Martinez. No, different guy.
About to say.
And then just to piss you off more, Matt, Louis Neri is not going to be stripped from his WBC belt despite failing the drug test.
There you go, Matt. Go curl him.
I'm not going to say a fucking word. That's the WBC who has a program. So, you know, they know what they should fucking do.
Let's get to the sponsors.
Well, I'm still trying to DVR here, but absolutely. I think that the number is 1-425-569-5241. If you want to call in and voice your opinion here, you want to go at it with Matt on this clean boxing program slip up that the WBA is doing. Do you want to talk these topics? We got Wilder, Stiverne, Granados, Porter, Breazeale back in action, Canelo giving Triple G the stiff arm. Add us on Skype, Nestor Gibbs, NESTORGIBBS, to call internationally absolutely free.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
All right, we're going out to Larry in San Francisco. What's going on, brother?
Hey, big ups to the Boxing Voice, fellas. What's going on with y'all? Hey, big ups to Matt for being the only one who came to play today and on his A game behind the mic. I appreciate that, Matt. And I'm with you over here. No drugs in boxing, especially in boxing, a sport where you can get hurt, let alone killed. Can't have that. Test them. If you pass the test, cool. If you fail the test, you got to get stripped and you got to get suspended. It has to be that way. But coming back at y'all. Hey, on that arrow. Oh, my bad. I'm getting heck of feedback on my end there. But on the Errol Spence and Shawn Porter and all that stuff y'all were talking, a point y'all didn't bring up that I thought was interesting is, of course, no one's trying to fight Spence or Shawn Porter. They're tough fights and they're not lucrative fights. Y'all did say this one part, yeah, Danny and Thurman might be easier. That's debatable. But Danny Garcia is Puerto Rican ethnicity. Has a lot of fame behind his name, and he's the easiest fight. So, yeah, everybody's going to call that fight out. Who works harder for less money? Nobody does that. You don't do that. I don't do that. You want to work only as hard as you have to and get paid as much as you can. So, of course, Danny Garcia is that man. But as always, I appreciate the shows, appreciate everything, and I'm out.
Hold on real quick. What part didn't we bring up? I feel like we brought those points up when we talked about the welterweight.
No, then if y'all brought that up, I missed it. My bad on it.
Yeah, and I came to play too.
He got his glasses on. He really here to play. He trying to look like young Lampley. I mean, New Jersey, talk to us. I mean,
yo, what's good?
What up?
Yo, it's only fitting that I'm after Larry. I'm gonna throw a little shot at him because he called a couple weeks ago. I don't forget a thing. He called a couple weeks ago when we was talking about the Hearn fight. He was talking real crazy. Fighters get walked down. People don't get tired. And all this bullshit. So I think one of you guys made a point of Joshua, not that he looked tired against, not that Takam walked him down. He just looked like his cardio wasn't as good. So, you know, I just like when people sound so confident about some shit that don't make no sense. But shout out to Larry. I want to make my picks right quick. I got actually Molina upsetting Breazeale with a 9th or 10th round stoppage. I'm going against Matt with that one. I got Lemieux and I got Wilder, of course. I got Wilder also with a 10th round stoppage. And, of course, I got Dimitri Bivol. Ness, you were talking about Dawson. I don't know. Dawson, you know, Matt said people don't care, but Dawson, to me, is the most disappointing fighter for me in the last 10 years. He was such a talented fighter, and he accomplished a lot, but I still feel like he's such an underachiever. So even if I see him get done in, it's a shame, but I remember how good he was going back to 06. In 09, he became, you know, kind of a star. And, you know, Chad Dawson used to get off, and he threw no less than a 4-punch combination. Sometimes he would dial up an 8-punch combination just masterfully. So to see how far he's fallen over the years, I am curious, even though it might be a bit of a freak show. So they could line him with shit. If they lined up Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones late as fuck in the end of their career, I don't see why they wouldn't cash out Pascal and Dawson on an undercard or some shit this late in their career. Pretty much that's my call, fellas. Great show. I'm going to keep it pushing.
Yo, remember when he lost
Thanks for calling in.
Remember when Chad lost to Tom? And at the end, he was saying in interviews, like, he must want me out the game because he lost the decision. I always thought that was funny, and that should have been a soundbite.
Yo, Amin said round 10. It got me to thinking, you know, we started arguing. I didn't even get to make my pick or at least assumption, right? Because I haven't been making picks much these days.
Yo,
but,
you on me for making picks. And now you're talking about, oh, I forgot about making picks.
Well, I don't think we really spoke. And plus, he said 10th round. Like, it just like, wow. Because Bermane could just be a tough guy, right? Like, he could just be a guy that doesn't go down. Even though I was watching the fight again, and he obviously went fucking down. They cheated Wilder for the knockdown because when he dropped him, Bermane fucking tackled him, and they both went down. But when Bermane was getting up, you could see he was wobbled as fuck. Then there was another time where he wobbled him, but he just gets too wild. I hope he stays calm this time and just lets that right hand do the damage. But damn, 10th round. I like hearing Amin say Wilder 10th round stoppage. I almost felt disappointed. Like, is it wrong if it goes that long or if he doesn't get the knockout again?
Depends on how exciting the fight is. Depends on how good the knockout is. If it's a Joshua Takham-like finish, yeah, people are going to hate on it. It's going to be anticlimactic as fuck. If it's a brutal Artur Szpilka knockout, then no one's going to care because all they're going to remember is that knockout.
I personally think just as long as he doesn't like regress from his last performance, I thought he had a really strong performance against him last time. I honestly don't need to see a knockout. I think Bermane Stiverne is one of those tough guys. Remember, Stiverne's a big guy. How much does he weigh? Like 245, 250?
Want to give me his weight. If you check out my video on YouTube now, on our YouTube channel, it's called My Day with Bermane Stiverne or My Time with Bermane Stiverne, some shit like that. The dude didn't even want to give me weight. He was like, I'm a heavyweight. I don't check my weight. I'm like, who the fuck doesn't check their weight?
Weight was a weird issue too in the last fight that they had. And I think after he tried to say that he was dehydrated, like he tried to cut weight.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck? So I don't know, but I personally, as long as he's
hydrated as a heavyweight, like how do you stop? Why is there no water in your body if you're not making weight?
Yeah, well, as long as he doesn't, as long as Wilder doesn't look any worse, I think as long as he keeps a strong performance like he did last time, like pitching near shutout, I'm not gonna hold anything against him.
Yeah, no, I mean, I honestly think that Bermane is in trouble. Wilder does not look the same. No matter how much better I would love for him to look at this moment and the rest of the world, especially the haters, I think it is very difficult for us to all agree on the fact that he has not progressed. Because, again, watching that fight, he's not the same fighter. He's just not.
Okay, but like think about it this way though, wasn't he? I think he lost a couple early rounds in all of his title defenses. I think at least one or two. Like, and definitely when in the Algaio fight, he was losing some early rounds. So
definitely in the Washington fight, but that's because he's adapting this new counterpunching ability. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to, you know, implement that more into his game. When we're in camp with him, we see that, you know, they have like he's jumping back. When someone's stepping in, he's jumping back and, you know, either dropping the right or countering with the hook. But speaking, oh shit, I think they just dropped off. Because I was about to say, speaking of when we're in camp, we have Big Will and the Equalizer both. I don't know if you see any 205s, let me know. They were just on but yeah, they were listening over there in the gym, I guess. Big 205 Willie from Deontay Wilder's gym. You guys met him at the appreciation night, obviously. And Dion Equalizer, another fighter out of the Deontay Wilder's gym. They had just texted me, said they would listen, talking about Matt getting mad, talking about them banned substances.
Yo, shout out to Will, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, I kind of got that disappointed feeling when he said 10th round, but let me get to who do we got here? We got Fish in Boston. Talk to me. Fish, you there?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, brother?
Hey, before I start, everybody out there, hit the like button. My boys here doing their thing. Great stuff today, guys.
Thanks a lot, Fish. What's going on?
So, start off, I like Wilder by knockout, but I like the story of the fight because I am interested to see if Stiverne learned anything to maybe slip by here. So I like the story of the fight, and like I said, Wilder by knockout's my pick, and I like the story of Breazeale and Wilder because of what happened after the Wilder fight the last time out. So I hope Breazeale is the number one contender. I honestly prefer that more than White. The thing about this card that kind of bothers me is, to me, Lipinets and Kondo they're the second best fight on the card. And I have a feeling that it's not going to be aired. I hope I'm wrong, because I've been looking forward to seeing Lipinets fight. I like Lipinets over Kondo, and I like Porter over Granados. I think he just outclasses him. I'm not a Porter guy. He's more of a roughhouse kind of fighter. I'm not big on that style. And then I don't know if you guys went over it. I was late coming in, but in Monte Carlo, you got Dimitri Bivol. He's going to be fighting Trent Broadhurst, and I like Bivol, early knockout there. And I'm hoping he goes on to fight Sullivan Barrera, maybe. That would be huge. And then undercard of that, you got Solis McDonald 2. I didn't think the first fight was close at all. I don't think it warrants a rematch, but I like McDonald as a decision there, and hopefully he goes on to unify with either KK or his mandatory would be Yanfrez Parejo. And before I end, I want to send a challenge out to you, Ness, because you stumped my boy Matt and me last time out here. I know you respect the art of fighting and of boxing, so I want you to research the fight a little bit and watch the first fight, because I know you didn't, because Smith-Williams 2 is coming up, the War of the Liams, and it's a good freaking fight, dude. If you do that stuff, then you talk down about that fight. That's my call, man. Keep it real.
Fish, thanks for calling in. Listen,
Liam Williams is going to demolish Liam Smith again. They robbed Liam Williams of that win. Robbed him.
Fish. Oh shit.
Oh, Ness.
Fish, you just oh man, he hung up too. Fuck. I hope he listens on the playback. You just officially, you've been born.
You've been born.
People know you from this day forward. Fish from Boston. Let me tell you what, I'm sure even Matt was confused, or maybe not Matt, only because he's producer, but I'm giving him an easy way out. For the past couple of calls, I thought that was Fish, Fish, from South Jersey. Even though it says Boston and he says Fish from Boston, it never clicked. Someone said in the comments a couple of days ago, like, Ness is dyslexic. Look at him reading and he missed out that word, right? So maybe all this time I'm like, yo, that's Fish. This is a totally other Fish. Next time he called, we need to find out how long he's been calling, because damn, he's a hardcore. Did you see the fucking schedule he went down? I'm like, yo, what is he talking about? He was talking Chinese. He was talking about Solis and Liam Smith and Williams, and I'm like, who is this masked man?
Look, here's the thing. I've been sick and I have been throwing up for the past 24 hours, but
lies people tell. Matt was out partying.
Easy cop out.
Matt was out partying.
Why would I party on a Wednesday night? Who parties on a fucking Wednesday night? Who does that?
He upped the THC percentage and he can't handle it.
Yeah.
That's not even, that could never happen, because Ness knows I can outsmoke Doomsday and anyone else other than maybe Ness.
Yeah. I was waiting. I was like, damn, is he?
Hey, I always match you. Don't try.
No, I was just saying. I was like, damn, is he gonna throw me in that challenge?
But anyways, are Liam Smith and Liam Williams fighting this weekend? Because I didn't realize they were fighting this weekend.
Dude,
didn't they already do that?
No, they fought once before, but I thought the rematch would happen like weeks from now.
I'm trying to tell you, Fish should be contacted as to find out if he's ready to be a AP, because he just ran it down on you, bro. Everybody that he's talking about is fighting this weekend.
There's two. By the way, there are two Fish people, or fishes.
Fish from South Jersey and Fish from Boston.
There are two of them.
There's two of them, brother.
That one was the one from
believe
Jersey.
Me. No,
Yes.
that was the Boston one.
Oh, that was Boston one. Excuse me. That was Boston.
That was Boston
You can
one.
tell with the accent.
And he is hardcore.
The cod.
He's
That was pretty good Boston accent there, Clark.
Yo, he was even talking about Sergey Lipinitz's opponent, bro. You think I know who Sergey Lipinets is?
I have no idea who Sergey Lipinets is fighting.
Dog, Sergey Lipinets was in the gym. I didn't even have time for him. Like, no disrespect. It's just the fighters come in and they're on a time schedule, right? So obviously, most popular to least popular is how you have to hit them, because, and I'm explaining to the audience as well as my audience, I mean my co-hosts, even though my co-hosts know, because the audience doesn't want to look at Lipinets. Yes, Matt, maybe a couple dozen of our listeners definitely would have appreciated me to get that Lipinets interview, which 90% of the times I do. But a bigger percentile is happier with the time I spent with Bermane Stiverne and his trainer, and Deontay Wilder and his trainer, and et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah.
Not to mention people who are just going to be cruising through the YouTube and then could stumble upon us because of the interviews with Stiverne and Wilder.
Exactly, with the bigger name. But the thing is also that guys like Lipinets, they're even undercards at the media workout. And I bet you I'm the first to ever say that, so I'm just going to patent pen that. Okay, I'm coining my phrase right there. They're undercard guys at the fucking media workout, bro. Like, a media workout starts at 11, Lipinets is on at 11:30, and it's like, whoa, all right, I ain't even fucking brushed my teeth yet. You know what I'm saying? Lipinets is ready to go hit the pads at 11:30 in the morning. Nobody ain't there. And then check it out. So Wilder is scheduled. Look, Lipinets 11:30, Wilder 2:45. So it's like, yeah, go be the fucking savior of the hardcores and interview Lipinets at 11:30 a.m. Get there at 10:45. Find parking in Brooklyn. Walk to this fucking gym. Interview him at 11:30, and then wait for hours for Deontay to come. Oh, and when he comes at 2:45, wait some more for him to get dressed. And then when he's dressed, wait a little more for him to get warmed up before he starts doing some exciting shit that people actually want to see.
You know what's sadness is that I'm slowly morphing into the state of maybe where you're at, where I don't want to watch you unless you're making me watch you. Like,
exactly, man. Matt, I don't know where you've been all my life, but I'm just happy that we found each other. It makes no sense, bro. It's unfair for the boxing public to enslave us into watching every single person. Watch my interview with Bermane Stiverne. I'm like, yo, I went off on him.
Yo, Clark agrees over there.
Yo, did you not hear it? I swear to God, if you don't watch any video tonight, go home watching that Bermane Stiverne. There is going to be a little bit of audio technical difficulties, and I'm going to go ahead and be honest and say throughout a little bit. But I went off on him because he's giving me these dry-ass one-word answers. And I'm like, this is exactly why Showtime ain't want to fucking televise this fight. Because you know why? I am new fucking media. And these other dudes are scared to tell the fucking truth. You walking around here thinking you hot shit when nobody ain't even want to see you, B. We don't even want you. Like, we're all mad you're here.
Everyone is mad.
So at least say something. At least, no, you'll see November 4th. Yo, so what you gonna do different? Because, man, Wilder's definitely not the same guy. He's been active. You haven't. You'll see November 4th. So I seen you in the ring and you're doing that head-to-head exercise with this contraption that your trainer has. Is that to work on a jab? You'll see November 4th. I just wanted to get on the fucking turnbuckle and elbow him from all the way up there. I swear. It was crazy.
That is an amazing Bermane Stiverne impersonation. So kudos to you for that. Number two, I don't think I've ever heard anyone be happy that we're getting this fight. So, I mean, we're here. Like, we're here because of Luis Ortiz fucking up. We're here because Stiverne was gifted a mandatory status by the WBC. Like, we're just here. Like,
Luis Ortiz for, and he isn't getting any heat. The poor thing is that poor Stiverne has gotten more backlash for this fight actually happening than Luis fucking Ortiz, who is to blame. We're supposed to be having a fight Saturday night that we are excited about, that the Deontay Wilder haters are like, your man's getting knocked out, Ness. It's supposed to feel like Lucas Matisse, Danny Garcia all over again. But he stole that from us. And he's getting a pass. Bermane, again, is the one getting all the hate for this shit happening.
I don't think you could say Ortiz is getting a pass just because he's getting dropped from rankings left and right.
And also, very quickly, we may not be talking
hate videos. There's no hate articles. There's not even talk of him. None.
I wouldn't say there's hate articles of Stiverne either. But very quickly, there was a ton of backlash.
There's hate articles of Stiverne in this fight.
Let me finish the point. There was tons of backlash against Ortiz when the news dropped. Now it's old news. Like we can't. What are we gonna do? We're gonna keep hating on Ortiz. Like what can we say that we haven't already been saying for weeks?
Yeah, we did shows about it as it happened.
You know, right now we have Stiverne. So right now we're gonna talk about what is happening now. What's happening now? We're getting this fucking awful mismatch of a rematch we never wanted to see that was never earned. So
I think the good thing that could come from this is that Wilder just obliterates Stiverne and we don't have to talk about him ever again in the heavyweight division.
I agree with you, Clark.
It's some fuck shit going on.
I don't know, man.
Damn right, Deontay.
These heavyweights are durable. How old is he, producer?
Old enough to get
said at the beginning of the show, he was born 78, so he's about to be 40.
No, 78 makes him 39.
Yeah, so he's about to be 40 in 2018, right?
So, I mean, according to what trainer was I talking to? One of the trainers I just recently talked to on one of the interviews I've done. Oh, according to Deontay Wilder's trainer, heavyweights just reached their prime about 33 to 36 years old.
Not according to Matt. Matt says that's when they're washed up.
Well, no, that's Matt.
Does not mean past the prime, Steven.
No. But Matt, even still, you're just talking. You're not talking heavyweight division. See, because J Diaz and not Diaz, D-I-A-Z, Diaz, D-E-A-S. So weird, right? But his theory is heavyweights don't reach their prime till 33 or 36. Because, you know, normally heavyweights get later starts in career. They're not, you know, having 300 plus fights like some of these lower weight classes. So that's why. That's his belief. Whereas the lower weight class, you know, those guys racking up fights, you know, they burning out their bodies. Look at poor Mike Alvarado, bro. Matt's probably younger than Mike Alvarado and shit. I mean, older than Mike Alvarado.
And plus, when you're in the small weight classes, things like speed, reflexes mean a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm legitimately making a crack at the heavyweight run. You know what I'm saying, after me and Matt was in Deontay Wilder's camp and shit, Jay seen me moving around and he was like, yo, Ness, we could do something. I'm like,
okay, young Ali, let's not get hurt here. We don't hurt your back or anything like that. But the idea, I'm not going to say 36 is the beginning of your prime. I'm not going to go that far. I think you're taking a little bit too far. But let's say.
No, not me. That was him, brother.
Okay, yeah. But like, let's say the flyweight class, like flyweight weight class, your prime is 25, 24 years old. For the welterweight to middleweight to super middleweight, your prime is that 29 to that 32 range. And then I would say heavyweight, your prime really starts at 32. 32 is really the start of your prime.
Why? Make it a little more, dog. I want to make a crack at it.
No, I mean, well,
I'm watching these dudes. I'm saying, Matt, you see me spar. You see me spar. I can't beat Big Zoe. No, don't answer that, because I know that I can. I want to go ahead and say that I wasn't looking for a legitimate answer, because honestly, there's no way I can ever in my life ever do more than 3 rounds. And imagine 3 intense rounds with someone that can do 12 rounds. He'll kill me. Yo, but Big Zoe, I don't know. I'm sleeping on Big Zoe is all I'm saying. I might have to put the pause, like my boy Scrappy said. Let's get back out to the callers. Remember the number 1-425-569-5241. Call us up right now.
Call me now.
You guys are probably too old for that, but I don't know. Those are for my
I was just thinking about that the other day, and I was like, damn, that was so fucking funny when you used to bump that shit. Because you used to play a lot more than you do now. Like now, it's like once every couple of months.
I know. Well, you know, it's hard. It's hard when you have no super producer to take some of the delegate some of those duties. So
I don't got that soundbite. You know my soundbite, boy. You know what it looks like. That's not
no, Steven, thank you. No, hold on. Thank you, Steven. Ness always trying to play the narrative that we have some sound bites. So
Ness is the spin doctor. He's the lead singer of the Spin Doctors. He spins shit all the time for his fucking argument.
I'll say this right now. Steven, you're probably more correct, or at least in the green on this one, where Matt is in the red. Matt has been with me numerous occasions. I've given Matt everything. So whatever he doesn't have is because he doesn't want it.
I buy that.
He has everything. I've given him sound bites, all that. So he's lying.
Keys to the castle, just sitting there.
Keys to the castle. So, Jay,
tell me why you always
hey,
tell me why you always
got all the other sound bites, but not the ones we need, huh?
Yeah, no, he got his West Coast shit is the only thing he could play. Listen, when we get to JD, damn, we might have to do an overtime since JD's around. JD, we might need you, man. We might need you in the border wars, man. We need that confirmation. Let's get out to Suleiman the Scholar and let him drop some knowledge on Matt.
Yeah, how you doing? That's good, man. I think this fight's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be exciting because you're gonna see a knockout. You're gonna see Deontay Wilder release some frustration on Bermane Stiverne. Bermane Stiverne is a little too flat-footed. I've been watching some of his fights. He takes a lot of hits. If the only chance he could do is right now, like a small, he has to do like a defensive way, pop a jab, try to get in there. Last a couple of rounds. If he tries to slug with Deontay, that's the one thing to do. He's gonna get knocked out. Okay, and then Derek Chisora, he got a chance to become a two-time. Hello.
Go ahead.
Floor is yours, buddy. We just not interrupting you, B.
Derek Chisora has a chance to become a two-time European champion if he wins this fight, and possibly get another title fight. I think what Deontay got to do is just smash up all these contenders and just continue to knock them out like dominoes. Eventually, he's going to get Anthony Joshua. If he continues to do all the defenses, he's not going to be ignored. You know what I'm saying? So and keep positive, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Don't think like negative. If the guys are coming out positive with PD, just keep it moving. Go to the next one, and eventually people notice that he's the #1 fighter in the world. Okay, and Anthony Joshua is gonna have to sign up to fight him. All the other fighters, it's gonna be a punches weekend. I think all these punchers that are fighting, like Duval, all these guys are gonna win. I'm going like Bivol, Lipinets, all these punches are gonna win their fights this weekend, in my opinion. You have a great day, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you, to talk to everybody in the show.
Suleiman, always a pleasure to have you on, brother. Don't forget to call in Sunday, 7 o'clock. In case you got those picks right, man. Everybody's talking about Bivol. Someone was talking, I guess, his Yellow Brick Road and what would be next, and how this fight would be good. But doesn't he have like sort of promotional ties with main events? I'm pretty sure they're gonna go the Sergey Kovalev, like build him up. Like, since he already has that WBA title, keep getting him a couple of fights. Maybe, like that guy said, maybe Barrera, even though they should save Barrera for Kovalev. Kovalev needs a credible name like that, because a win over Shabaransky isn't going to do it for me. He's got to beat like a Barrera to convince me that he's back. I think Barrera could push him enough. Barrera did a good job versus Andre Ward. He didn't show any fear, and he's come back after that loss and shown some skill, and he's got a couple of wins. What's up, Produce?
We got a ringer.
Who's
on the Boston area? Georgie Porgy.
Oh, Slither himself.
Bring that high energy, Georgie.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't play Showtime. See you all damn not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see some motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next, what a great show. Thumbs up, donate.
Hey, yo, what's happening, people? Scracky Lacking here. Bro, these fucking pets at it.
What uppy?
Yo, listen, bro, you right, man, but let me explain something to you. Do you saw that movie with fucking Will Smith?
Did I see that movie with Will Smith? Sure.
Keep it as general as possible.
Yeah,
Sure, Georgie. Yes.
No, but you seen it?
Yeah.
So they got that movie, yes or no, B?
Yes. How many times do I need to say yes? I said yes.
Congratulations, because you're one of the few motherfuckers who give a fuck. That shit plummeted. Have the best intentions in the world, but humanity don't give a fuck. When Canseco came out with shit about the fucking shit happening in baseball, nothing fucking happened. People keep going. They just want to see home the fucking runs, my nigga. Drink the beer, drink the popcorn, and shut the fuck up. That sadly is how humanity see the situation. So you come in here with this romanticism about boxing that fucking WBC killed a long time ago and all these mafias, you late to the party, bro. So let's get that shit fucking away from, it's straight. We're not going to go around the circle about that shit. These motherfuckers be getting high. Motherfuckers don't do a shit about it. I just want to see who's the best in the world. And after that, then we take care of that. Bottom line. Yo, Wilder, let me get him Wilder. Wilder got to set the fuck up and knock this nigga out in 6 rounds. So we get away from Mr. Burns. So at least could you do that, buddy? Just lay this nigga out in 6 rounds and we move away. Then we can talk AJ. That should be an easy fight. Somehow it's the Burn fucking wins. Then nobody knows shit about boxing. Everybody look bad. Anyways, donate, support, TVB forever. I'm outie.
Hi, Georgie.
I figured out the movie because, I'm deductive reasoning. The concussion movie with Will Smith, I believe, is what he was talking about.
I think he just meant like it.
Hey, Ma, you ever see that movie with Will Smith?
Yo, yeah.
Oh, Cookie Monster's back.
What's happening?
Oh, the lovely co-producer, Monsterpiece, called in.
Oh my God! I thought she fired us. She must have been on strike.
I'm a motherfucking monster.
I freaked. I thought we had like a guest caller I didn't know about.
Monster.
Oh my. Hi guys. Oh my God. Hello. Good evening.
How are you, Monster?
What's up? It's been so long since you called in. It's like a regular.
I've been pretty MIA. I know. Is it too late to eat my crow, Nestor?
For what?
Everything. Dropping the ball as a co-producer.
I stay crow riding. That's gonna be, it's not gonna be Monster anymore. They're gonna call me Crow. And I'm gonna eat a crow this weekend too because I really don't want to pick Porter. Deep down inside, I really don't want to pick Porter.
Why?
I know, isn't that crazy?
What do you do to you?
No. What?
What do you do to you? Did he piss you off?
Wait, I thought you really liked Porter. What's going on?
No. I love Porter. I really do, but I have a feeling that Granado might be able to pull it off. Is that
How? Explain to me.
Monster, be real with us. You don't have to lie here. Matt's drinking out of a red cup. We don't care. How much you had to drink tonight?
Yo, first off, this is water. This is glorious H2O, okay?
Yeah, you're right. You guys are probably right. I don't know. I'm gonna pay Porter, but I'm really rooting for, deep down inside, I'm really rooting for Granados. I don't know why, but I feel like he might. I mean, he beat Amir Khan. He pulled that off. So, who's to say that he can't pull this one off?
Yo, Monster, get your big hard ass out of here. He beat Amir Khan. That shit was like 8 years ago.
And who the fuck is Amir Khan compared to Shawn Porter? Completely different styles.
What? What, guys? What's wrong with your? I have like a huge echo. Can I call back?
We don't hear the echo.
I don't hear an echo.
You can't call back.
Yeah, we don't allow you.
My phone.
Yes, call back, Monsterpiece.
Oh yeah, I can hardly hear.
Yeah, call back, Masterpiece. We're gonna go.
Back, you got open line for you.
Mr. JD from Texas.
JD, liar, pants on fire.
Nestor should drop an R&B album.
R&B.
Yo.
JD, motherfucker.
Yo. A lot of things I like to do, so just try to get on my game.
Man down.
I don't know why they gonna call me, but I'm 54 pounds.
Man down.
But
Man down.
Keep running your mouth.
Yo.
What up,
Yeah, I heard you. Keep running your mouth. That boy had looping. Looked like he was riding a bike sideways, laying down on the mat like that. But no. But yo, check this out, man. Wilder, right? What's up with all the death talk, like killing each other? Like, what's that all about, man? It's a sport. I know. Stiverne brought it up first, but damn, like, you know, you ain't got to be trying to kill a man and shit. But yo, I feel sorry for Stiverne, man, straight up. Like, this dude, I give him about 5 rounds. Not more than that. Yo, the dude's attitude is fucked though. Like, I gotta say this before I get off too, yo. Like, how did what's the boy Don King? How the hell did Don King just convince us that this dude then came back as a whole nother person? It's the same fucking dude. Like, what is he supposed to do? Don King is a hell of a promoter, man. But
this shit ain't got nothing to do with promoting. Right? Get out of here. Don King ain't convinced nobody. Ain't nobody happy about this fight. Nobody don't believe Stiverne got a shot. Don King didn't promote anything.
Don King just greased the.
If anything, he's living up to his. Listen, if anything, he's living up to, you know, that stigma that he has, that he doesn't care for fighters, bro.
So you're not more interested in the fight after today?
I ain't even see the press conference. I ain't even see the press conference. I had another TBV guy there getting the footage. I was at the media workout yesterday. But there's nothing that anyone can tell me or to convince me that Stiverne is not, like, Stiverne gonna have to make me a believer.
Right. Actions speak louder than words. I get it. But yeah, man, let me hit on Shawn Porter real quick before I get off. Shawn Porter, fighting this guy. I don't really know what this does for his career. But I know one thing for sure. He better not come out the same way. I mean, you're gonna have to eventually learn how to box. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think he's still gonna come with that bulldozing tactic, but no fans are trying to see that shit. That's all I'm saying. Like, can you name me one fan that calls in and they a Shawn Porter fan?
I mean, he obviously got fans. He got a lot of social media followers. People showed up for the Keith Thurman fight. You know, he sells tickets. People were there when he fought Brooke.
His numbers against Berto weren't bad.
Like, you're all wrong on your accusations.
He may not be as big as
No. Check this out. This is what I'm saying real quick. Keith Thurman has actual fans that calls into the show. Like, they Keith Thurman fans. Errol Spence, Garcia, the list can go on and on. We all know a person that's a big fan of these guys. We don't know no Shawn Porter fan.
Yo, he got a little bit of a point. Like, you can't remember like a guy that says like, "Yo, Shawn Porter's my favorite fighter," but that don't mean that. Numbers indicate that he is hot out there with the public. He sells tickets in New York. You know, he did well. Remember his fight with Broner was a headline in Vegas. Yo, get out of here. You all wrong, man. Get out of here. You're just assuming shit. He headlined in Vegas, bro. He's established.
But yo, I'm there.
You where? Oh, you going to Border
I'm
Wars?
in LA though, man.
You sure? Because I want to set I want to set you up a fight.
I'm positive.
I want to set you up a fight. You know what I mean? I want to make sure you get the little put a little oil in the joints.
Okay. I'm down.
I don't know if I can make it happen though. I'm trying to convince Doomsday's cousin Elias Jimenez. You seen him on Elias, not Jimenez, Lainez. You seen him on YouTube or definitely on Patreon. I'm trying to convince him, but you know he's gonna have to pay his flight and all that. So I don't know if we could get him. But if we could get him, he only got like 7 amateur fights. But you know, you could take it easy on him. Since you think you Charles.
Yeah, but yo, I'm there regardless. I just
if you there regardless,
if you there regardless, y'all gonna be in.
Yeah, if you there regardless, that's even better because we definitely gonna need some neutral judges. Even though you from Texas, shit, you might score for Cruz. Nah, but we'll talk over there about where we haven't even booked the hotel yet because Matt is planning on doing contender style. Since we have 2 film crews, the people, you know, everyone is trying to talk about one giant location. So we got to see if we can make that happen since there's so many mansions in LA. Gonna see could we get another one like we did for the Vegas appreciation night. But JD, thanks for calling in. And listen, if you're interested in what me and JD we're kind of having a little personal conversation about, well then yeah, it's Patreon is where you can find that information. It's Border Wars, and he's gonna be a part of it. Let's go back out. Is Monster Piece back?
We have Monster and a ringer.
All right, well let's go to Monster. Monster, are you having an echo yet?
Hey guys. No. Oh my God, it's perfect now. Ugh, I can hear you guys' beautiful voices now.
Aww.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Granados. I don't know how you guys are I don't know how you guys are just like, nah, he's not gonna win. Like just straight up, no chance. You guys give him no chance. There's no argument. Nothing that you guys can say. Well, maybe this, maybe that.
No, because the thing that Granados does well,
is that you have
Porter does better. Porter does better.
Her heart is so big.
What?
Your heart is so big. You don't know how to not pick without that heart.
Yo, seriously, I have a serious issue. I think I need to step away from boxing for a few minutes, for a few months, and then get back in it because I'm falling too much in love.
You won't be able to. You won't be able to because you won't be able to because you're on Instagram. I follow you, bro. You be posting hardcore fights on IG and shit. Like I'm like, whoa. So I don't know how you're gonna stay away from it.
And Monster, didn't you just take a break from boxing? Like where have you been? Like you did take a break.
You know, good. You know, good point, guys. I'm trying. Wish me luck, but I'm trying to get promoted by next year. So that's why I'm working so hard.
So you're gonna be a TV producer? You're gonna be a TV producer and bring us on? Because everybody knows you work for like a network channel.
I work for advertisement. I'm a network channel. I work with a network channel to put advertisement, but
that means you own the network channel because it's the advertisers that pay for things to even get put on TV. So you own the channels.
Yeah, you basically run that shit. You're the mafias.
Pretty much, Masterpiece tells all of you what to watch right now.
The Thaboxingvoice payroll. That's the goal to be on the Thaboxingvoice payroll, but I'm trying.
we need a television deal.
That's true. No, man. You never know, man. But no, I'm picking Porter, but I'm really rooting for Granados. I think I really deep down inside think that he would probably have a slight chance. But I'm picking Porter. Obviously, it's just the most logical point. I'm just wondering why. I just was asking because I was wondering if you guys gave Granados any chance. But it seems that you guys are giving that guy no chance. And I would be eating too many crows, so I'm just gonna go straight up and pick what you guys pick, and I'm picking Porter. And I don't really, I ate too many crow, man. I'm crow riding hard. That shit ain't even funny anymore, yo. losing all that shmoney and all that credibility.
Yo, talking about shmoney, what's up with your girl? Yo, when you gonna call into an episode of fucking Overtime? Because what's up with your girl accepting matrimony from this freaking weirdo?
Yo, don't hate on Offset Cardi B. Hold on. Don't hate on the union. Don't hate on the lovely union that is Cardi B.
Look, listen, that's the first time a Dominican chick.
They are made for each other.
That's the first time a Dominican chick has made it that mainstream. She can't just go get married after her 15 minutes of fame ain't even up. She about to marry someone.
She ain't gonna marry that.
She better not. And
She ain't
then
gonna marry that.
yo, and then Mona Scott all like, oh, I'll air it because BT. Yo, that's a fucking Overtime topic. Masterpiece, you gotta call in. You gotta call in. That's an Overtime topic.
Yo, wait. All right, but hold on. About the Wilder and Stiverne fight. Yo, who the fuck gives a shit about that fight? For real. Like, I love Wilder. I think he has a great personality. I really like the dude. I love watching him fight. But really, honestly, Stiverne is only there because her teeth was caught juicy. He was mad juicy. And now we got to see this fucking fight. I really don't give a shit about this fight, honestly. Because once this fight goes on, I'm gonna continue watching the UFC card.
What?
What the fuck is this? Like, nah, man. This Wilder fucking fight, man. Get the fuck out of here. I feel bad for Wilder. I really do. Every time he's about to make a good fight, the guy is caught juicy, and everybody's still talking shit about this dude. Like, I'm really getting tired of that. Like, who the fuck is he ducking? Like, he makes the fight. He's not gonna make it when you want to make it. But he makes the fucking fight. It's not his fault these guys are coming up juicy. Like, people need to get off that fucking horse of him being a ducker or whatever the shit is. Because that shit ain't popping. Like, that shit ain't even for real. This fucking fight sucks because some dudes don't know how to fucking keep themselves clean. End of story.
Masterpiece.
What's up?
Which event are you going to watch live on Saturday? Wilder Stiverne or UFC 217?
UFC 217. I'm gonna watch the Porter and Granados because I'm rooting for Granados, even though I'm picking Porter. But this Wilder Stiverne, I'm not gonna waste my time on that. Like, as much as I love Wilder, and I really do.
You're disrespectful,
I hate saying what I'm saying right now, but nah.
You're disrespectful,
I know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. For real, it's ridiculous.
Yo, you about to get your privileges revoked.
But hey, she has
Wilder. If I ever meet Wilder, I'm gonna tell him, yo, I can't believe this guy. They do this to you. Like, this is fucked up.
I can't believe you did that.
But you know what? It is what it is. Haters are always gonna hear. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I can't believe you did that.
I love y'all.
We love you, Monster.
Thumbs up. Take care, everybody. Thumbs up. Share the show. Y'all already know, man. TVB #1. Holla at me.
I can't believe she did that. Talking about she not gonna watch Wilder, she gonna watch UFC.
Well, the UFC does have 3 title fights.
I'm about to blame her boyfriend because her boyfriend don't never call in here. So I'm gonna say he's the one that became the backslider first.
You cannot blame Keith Thurman's twin brother, man. Come on,
bro. I think he became the backslider first.
That's our connect, man. That's our connect for the Thurman camp. You can't hate on that. Come on.
I just don't understand what's going on, bro. Like, boxing on TV and you're going to watch.
Dude, it's Michael Bisping versus George St. Pierre. Come on.
I hear people in that universe don't even care about it.
No,
I don't even know who those guys were.
But there's other title fights on, so that's why. It's just bad programming, you know? Like, it's like putting on a fight for a playoff game. Like, it doesn't, you're not going to get the viewers you want.
These are bad times all over. All right, we also have another ringer, Info Joe. Ness, you got that soundbite? Because I don't got the keys to the kingdom.
Info Joe, also known as Alex's victim.
Mr. Info Joe.
Tell the truth, yo! Tell the truth! This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother. Tell the truth, yo! Tell the truth!
Yo, you know it ain't no show without Info Joe. What up, my boxing brothers and my boxing sisters and all the hardcores listening out there? Yo, fuck what you talking about. You gonna turn that Vic into Victor. Yo. Hey man, I challenge you guys to read the article. Beat Man, J Rock's trainer, did an article on boxing scene, and he was talking about the pad usage. Challenge you guys to read it, but he was saying that only 5% of all boxers are tested all year round. Put me down for Porter. I do to win, but I do think this fight is going to end with cut, and it's going to be a technical stoppage. Those two styles make a recipe for an ugly ass fight. Monster, shout out to you. Good luck on that job, but I do like that kid Granados too. I feel bad for him. He should have stayed down at 140. I think with Crawford gone, he could have made a good run. Him and Regis Prograis would have been a good fight at 140 for supremacy at that division since Crawford is gone. Hey, I'm going to ask you guys a question, man. You guys been in two Wilder camps. Do you see him getting up the same way he did in this camp for Stiverne as he did in the last?
Yeah, he's more. I think he's more not excited for this fight, but more up for this fight because, you know, I don't want to say that, but that's I mean that's just the impression I got. But like, you know, my impression is he's trying to take him out, like out.
That's what I wanted to hear. I know he's been down, and I don't want to because this would be the biggest upset in the fucking year. I'm bomb squad all the way. Hey man, Wilder has such a fucking personality. Every time he talks, the dude wins me over more and more in and out the ring, man. This guy can be a good ambassador for the sport. He's conscious dude too as well. Stiverne, he will make the worst champion ever. The dude is watching paint dry. Boring as fuck, man. The dude, I hope he sparks him in a good 6 to 7, and that'll be that. I think that's it, brothers. Good show. Shout out to all the callers and listeners, everybody in the chat. This is where it's at. Hit those thumbs up. Peace.
Info Joe, thanks for calling in as always. Let's go out to the UK. We got, actually, it's not the UK. It looks like Scorsese, right?
In China.
He's got like five different Skype things and shit.
Yo, they don't never want to come to the chosen one, man. Man, I'm gonna say it like this: did Wilder land any of those step back counter right hands? That training, did he land any of those? Did he look proficient in stepping back and countering with the left hook of the right hand? Yeah, no.
You know it ain't gonna matter what I say.
Yeah, it is. I want to know: did he or did he not? Just tell me the truth. Let me know.
Ask Matt.
Yo, he hurt sparring partners with that shot.
I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Deontay Wilder. He should have been doing it earlier, but I'm now proud of Deontay. I said it before. The man could be the best heavyweight you ever see. Only person that could match his size and ability like that is Vladimir Klitschko. But Vladimir Klitschko ain't got something Deontay Wilder got. And I don't know exactly what it is, but Deontay Wilder look crazy in his own right. And I like his mean streak. But he just needed that. He needed to learn how to be, and I don't mean to go there, but it's sort of like Adonis Stevenson, Guillermo Rigondeaux, Floyd Mayweather, like step back, counter, make them, but he powerful, so it would be more Stevenson-like. He needed that. I don't know if it's going to translate in the ring, but look, I hold him accountable for everything that's happened in his career, but if he got his skills and all, ain't shit going to be able to hold him back. He going to run through what he want to run through. But yeah, give me that fuck shit sound bite. Can I get that?
It's some fuck shit going on.
And the fuck shit was Deontay Wilder taking all goddamn day to get his career started. 25 fights, still out here fighting gardeners from Florida and shit. So I don't want to hear no talking. But if the action gonna start matching, I'm gonna be a top fan because I always been in until I seen him regressing. I don't know what Bermane Stiverne got coming because he quiet. I don't know. maybe he's just gonna go in there and punch him in the nuts a lot. And we're gonna have to give him credit because we gave Andre Ward credit for that shit. But at the end of the day, we're gonna see what's going on, why they get to go on from there. I want to talk about somebody else. The true pound for pound man got him a fight scheduled with his mandatory, a top 3 light heavyweight champion at 40 years old, and probably finna get another knockout and then fight Badu Jack next and probably be the fighter of the year again. Adonis Stevenson back in the building. Y'all get ready, man. I'm telling you, Superman about to take off. I'm out, man.
Where you going? How you gonna say he's scared? Who he fighting?
Later Alvarez is mandatory. Top 3 light heavyweight versus the number 1 light heavyweight, and it's about to go down up in Canada. Then they gonna
number 1 light heavyweight.
Yeah, you damn right. Lineal champion for 4 years now. 9 defenses running. Longest reigning champion in the game today. Adonis Superman Stevenson, bruh. Respect that. Respect
no, I
that.
thought you said that he was fighting the number 1 contender in the, you know.
Yeah. No. Later Alvarez is the number 3 rated light heavyweight in the world.
Oh, number 3. Number 3.
By who?
That's what's going to go down. The ring and a few more people.
But number 3 in the WBC, not the ring, because it's the WBC that Adonis is sanctioned.
He's the WBC mandatory, and he's number 3 rated light heavyweight in the entire world. Like bodies.
You talking about the guy with the perm, right?
Yeah, he got some fucked up haircuts. He can fight though. I'll give him his credit. He can fight.
Yeah, I don't think he can fight. I'm sorry, but your time's up.
Though. Yeah.
No, he can't. No, he can't. He hasn't done anything that's impressed me yet. I don't even remember his last 2 fights. I remember that he fought not too long ago.
Knocked out Lucian Bute. That's about it.
His last fight was knocking out Lucian Bute?
I don't know if it was his last one or the one before that.
Couldn't have been the last one. No fucking way.
I don't think it was the last one, but the one before that was definitely Lucian Bute. He definitely knocked out Lucian Bute at one point.
Yo, why don't you produce?
Yo, that's what we got.
Yo, what's going on, people, man? Look, I've just got one question. What was it? Was it that you said Wilder was working on the step back counter right hand?
I was gonna say, remember that you go also by guys. Just remember, this is Alexander Bully, aka Anthony Joshua.
Yo, hold up, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I just asked a simple question. What was it that he was working? Was it the step back? The step back. So I'm just quickly. At any point, did you see him like trying to work on like, I don't know, how to throw punches correctly?
No, at almost every point, I've seen him trying to work on getting a fight with Anthony Joshua since he doesn't throw punches correctly, so Joshua could get a win.
No, I'm just asking, like, you guys were talking about a step back right.
Very quickly,
properly, or a hook, or just anything.
I don't know. Did you watch any of the footage?
Tell me this. What would you rate his technique out of 10?
Yo, but
honestly,
did you watch any of his footage yesterday? I mean, there was plenty of pad work and step back right hands and hooks.
I did see the pad
and
work.
you know what? Hey, Matt,
Matt,
let me tell you, Matt. Remember the other day we were saying how public perception is changing. I was reading those comments. And now all of a sudden people are thinking that he looks good.
I just like how there's this narrative, very quickly. I just like how there's this narrative that he is complete trash.
But what I would like to
No, very quickly. Hey, Alexander the Bully, whatever. Hold on a second. You're getting shot. Hold on.
He can't hear you.
He wants to finish the fight. I just want to see how he finishes it. If he doesn't swarm in and swing his arms with the crazy windmill, if he can do that and show that he has improved since the last Bermane Stiverne fight, I will give him credit. But thank God there's a UFC fight, a big UFC card there, because I was going to watch it anyway. But this is definitely going to keep me moving. And yeah, the step back hook, we're all going to wait for it on Saturday, man. We're all looking forward to it. I'm out.
Yo, we're still waiting for Anthony Joshua to have an explosive outcome to that Takam fight.
And we're still waiting for Joshua. Hold on.
You rate the guy's technique?
No, I mean, I would rather just rate who I'm going to pick when they fight.
I'd rather just see the fight instead
when you run out of excuses to make. That's when I'm gonna have fun. I just don't want you to be like the rest of the UK people. Listen, I could count them out right now. Stuart Little stopped calling in soon as one of his UK saviors stopped. Wingy stopped being a host soon as Kell Brook got put through the meat ringer. It's number is people. It's just numerous. I got a Deontay Wilderism right there. Numerous people.
You're frustrated.
Is there any fighter active right now that has worse technique than Deontay Wilder? Anyone?
Absolutely. What a ignorant statement did you just make? Do you not understand what you just said?
Who?
You said, is there any active boxer? You don't any active boxer
that's opening it up
that has worse technique than a world champion?
Right now,
do you really think?
Wait. You guys can't hear each other, Matt, when he's on Skype. I don't know why. But he asked you now, is there any what, Bully?
In the top 10, any active fighter of any division with worse technique than Deontay Wilder?
Yes.
Jesus Soto Carras.
Jezreel Corrales.
Jezreel Corrales.
You guys are reaching.
Jezreel Corrales
was a champ.
Corrales was ugly too. That's true.
Wilder is a champ.
Give me someone right now who's a champion with a green belt as well. Worst technique.
God, yo, now he wants
this thing is getting.
So Jezreel Corrales wasn't good enough because he's not an active champ right now. Okay,
so Jezreel wasn't good enough because he lost.
Hey, last month that would have been a perfect example. This month it's not.
This month it's not okay. No.
Hey, listen, team up with me all you like. I know this podcast sponsored by Bum Squad. It's no problem. I'm waiting for Andy Joshua to beat the shit out.
Going on.
I'm out, man.
Yo, Alexander, I'm dead serious. Believe me, I'm not trying to rub it in or anything like that. Like, I don't want you to stop calling when the fight happens. Too many of you guys do that. It's corny, man. It's just a fight. They're not even our relatives. Like, if Joshua wins, he ain't taking you on vacation with his boys to Dubai the way he do. And Wilder ain't taking me no fucking way. Listen, I ain't even been invited to the lake house yet. When I start riding jet skis on the lake house, then it's some fuck shit going on. But come on, I ain't even, So look, when I pick it right and Wilder stops Joshua because he's mega robotic and flat-footed as fuck, and Wilder's like a basketball player, agile as hell, slam dunking, nuts all on Joshua's neck and shit. Yo, don't get upset. Like, we're still boys. You can still call into the next episode and make a pick. And then, we might be arguing about Luke Campbell or somebody next time. But Joshua's reign is going to last as long as it takes Eddie Hearns to make that bet.
And very quickly, the narrative that Wilder has zero technique or is this trash boxer, I think it's pretty ridiculous. The guy has an Olympic medal. Like, how many times did we big up Triple G for his boxing skill because of his silver medal?
Yeah, no, but Triple G won his silver medal and he had 300 plus amateur fights. So that automatically
it's just a medal. It's just a medal. Like,
well, his was silver. Wilder's is bronze.
Oh my God, so much worse. You came in third instead of second. Oh my goodness, you must be trash then. You must be a bum. That's the way these fans think. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Can Wilder get wild at times? Absolutely, but to say he has zero technique or bad technique, I think is ridiculous. I think it's all about.
Listen, I think both of them deserve massive amounts of credit. Like, I was watching that Anthony Joshua documentary again. That shit is at 1.5 on YouTube, which is impressive to me. And it's the one where he's like this little kid and his mom is holding him up in the light. His toes are wiggling. Then little by little, as the documentary goes on, he's like growing. They're showing you some of his life choices. And it's awesome, his story. Like, he made some of the same decisions I made. So I love Joshua for all the right reasons. I love, I always bring up the Breazeale moment. It's just like Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, and Cubans like to say. Even Mexicans, actually. He's just not my gallo, my friend. That's just not my gallo. He's not my rooster. I like him. He's a good fighter. But when it's time for the Roosters to fight, I'm not putting my money on that particular rooster. That's all. People need to understand that. There's nothing wrong with that. My gallo is Deontay Wilder. And I'll take the windmill Wilder, non-technical Wilder, all day. All day. Why? Because it's going to be extremely difficult to get past that jab and right hand. And, Matt, I don't know, little ping pong here. Did you watch that Dylan Hoppers fight? Because Matt's infamous, guys. He's the hipster, not me. He goes back and watch fights. I obviously like Wilder, so I went back and watched these fights for the preparation of this show, but I'm sure you didn't even bother because it's Stiverne, right?
I did not bother.
You're so biased and unprofessional.
But here, I'll be honest, very quickly, just to play a little bit of tennis because you just talk for a second. I think people can say I'm a Joshua fan and also not shit on Wilder. And you can also say I think Joshua's a better fighter, a better boxer than Wilder, while still not shitting on Wilder. Like, you can big up both and be a fan of one and think one wins.
Like the way I just did?
Yeah, like that world exists, fans. Like, you don't have to pick one side and fight to the death on chat rooms about it. Like, you can just like both guys and say both guys are really talented boxers and both guys are amazing champions, and that is a amazing fight that's going to happen that's going to transcend the sport of boxing at that time. We know it. Like, I don't know why people just can't be realistic about it and see both sides of it.
You know, it's I just love the banter because Wilder is trash. You can't find a top 10 fighter that has less technical skill than him. But yet no one is saying that AJ should fight him. Instead, Wilder should fight Dillian White because he hasn't fought anybody, which it never makes sense to me. Like when the McGregor fight showed up for Mayweather, and I'm not saying this to rub it in, even though it sounds that way and might as well fuck it, run with it. I'm rubbing it in. You said it wouldn't happen, and I said it would because it signified such an easy check. The same reason that I'm banking on Tyson Fury coming back. I didn't do that show for no reason. I'm not hit chasing here. I honestly believe that $20 million can make any man lose fucking weight and get back in the ring. And there's no different for Mayweather and McGregor. And there should be no difference for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Having that other belt and making a super fight should be priority. But do you believe you can win that super fight? That's why it's not priority. And if you do believe it, then is your promoter on the same page as with the question I asked, Matt?
And the argument that it's not a money fight, I think, is void. I think it's a shitty argument because Eddie Hearn came on this show and alluded that Wilder's purse for that fight would be near $50 million. He alluded to that. He said 10% of Wilder's purse would be $5 million. So you just do the simple math there. That's $50 million purse. That's insane. So that means Joshua purse must be ginormous. So Eddie Hearn, the A-side promoter.
Eddie Hearn saying if Wilder does the Dillian White route.
Hold on. But he realizes that the money is there for that. That's what I'm just saying. That's all I'm arguing. Just
potential money. Potential money.
That's all I'm arguing. That's all I'm arguing. That there is so much money on that table for that fight that you can't say that Joshua won't take it because there's no money in it. That Wilder's not big enough. You can't say that. Wilder's absolutely bigger than Joseph Parker. He absolutely is. It's proven on US television.
Yet the fight fans want Anthony Joshua to fight Parker because they rather him get more trinkets, more negotiation power. It's the exact opposite of the Gennady Golovkin thing. With Golovkin, it was like, oh, Golovkin needs to get all the belts so that Canelo would fight him because he's running out of space. With this one, it's like, no, let Joshua fight everyone else and leave Wilder for last. Listen, let's get to Marcus from DC. Marcus, talk to me. What's going on, my friend? Call him feedback, Marcus.
Voice, man. Happy to hear y'all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Feedback all day, man. Yo, check this out, man. Yo, I think the Liam should fight for the name.
Uh-oh. Did he drop low? After waiting and hold all that time.
That was weird.
Did he go through a dead zone?
It just muted him.
Well, unmute him.
I don't know. That was weird. Let me try again.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
You're back, Marcus.
Yo, I think I'm good, man. I think Liam should fight for the first name, man. I think whoever loses can't use their first name for a whole year, man, because they're irrelevant, man. Hey, yo, check this out, man. Hey, even without seeing the clip, I was like, man, if Deontay Wilder had a hesitated left hook, man, he'll knock Stiverne clear smooth out, man. Stiverne, man, don't nobody know him. Just say, man, who you beat? Don't nobody know him for anything, man. I'm just tired of dudes like that, man. I'm into flashy, formidable prospects, man, and rugged, hard vets, man. All these other dudes, they want titles and accolades without putting no work in, man. I'm tired of hearing about it. You know what I'm saying? Bermane Stiverne got Josh Dubin and Jay Prince. It's only why he get this fight. I don't think Don King really had any say so in. I mean, he the promoted by paperwork, but we all know that Dubin and Jay Prince got him this fight again. You know what I'm saying? I hope Deontay. I mean, I know that Deontay got better once he became the champ, so I don't really think it's going to be the same type of fight. I really think Deontay going to do something to him. Dudes like Parker, dudes like Anthony Joshua, who is very muscular like he is, they always going to have conditioning problems, because one of the main things when you watch fighters that look smooth around the waist, smooth on the arms, they always tell you it's better to look like a swimmer than a weightlifter. Joshua like a weightlifter. He's always going to have problems with conditioning. When Wilder fight him, as long as Wilder fights smart, he going to crush it. Look, the other Bama, look, Lainez going to do what he do. It was something else I was going to say, man, but what Matt's saying about earlier, about the drug testing, I mean, that's what it is, though. I think that if there's any drug that's found that we know that it only really works by injection, I think it should be a 1-year suspension off the break. I do know sometimes when you're trying to find a performance edge, you do try different mixes from GNC, and at different times, those things come into being banned and stuff. I don't think we should be as hard on people who doing it and may have done that. You know what I'm saying? But Ortiz is clearly sticking the needle in his arm, man. You know what I'm saying? Because why is it every Cuban fighter is 35? Sullivan Barrera 35, Chacao 35, and Ortiz been 35. And they've been 35 for like 8 years. Ain't they 40 now? So come on, we already know, man. He continued to jab himself. All the people who say Wilder ain't fighting nobody, stop playing, man. Before Anthony Joshua and Parker and Wilder, who did we have in the heavyweight division at all? So who was there to fight? He fought the dudes he's supposed to fight, and he knocked them out. You figure people saying that like the heavyweight been cranking the whole time like 140 or like 147 has, and he just been ducking dudes like some of these other dudes have been. Oh, you don't got enough people. It's prize fight. It's nobody for him to fight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to call one of y'all dirty ass uncles that's down at the bar drinking a 250 to fight him, and he think he could get some money. I mean, that's if he's stuck fighting them dudes. I don't have a problem with people fighting dudes like that as long as you knock them out. You know what I'm saying? Don't be carrying bums 12 rounds and wrestling with them and all that stuff. People need to stay out the Bronze Bomber back, man. Bronze Bomber gonna crush this dude. And man, and listen, I'm back like I left my car keys, man. I'm listening what I'm telling you. If a prospect ain't ringing bells, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking about these prospects that was wrestling with niggas for 8 rounds for no reason. I'm used to sensational prospects. Shawn Porter Stalf is back. He fight anybody who want to fight him because they say he's too dangerous for what he worth. That ain't got nothing to do with that. It's boxing, man. It's a dangerous sport. If you don't like it, buy a dog, get a new job, do something else, man. Go be a deacon somewhere. Stay off of Porter back, man. And like I always say, if you want him out of the sport, put somebody on him who's gonna beat the shit out of him. Until y'all find it ain't gonna happen, man. I got Porter, I got Wilder, I got Lainez. Shit, I might even go with Soto Corral tonight against the Abreu. And I'm out, man. DC in the building, man. Boxing voice for life, man. I'm out.
Marcus, as always, great call, man. Great call. Matt, yo, with such a great year, when's the last time we had an appreciation night, bro? March.
Yes, for Thurman Garcia, which was a fun time.
Yeah,
people wanted it for the Golovkin thing, especially because we did a live podcast.
They didn't really want it, though, because remember, we put out the poll and the feeler in the beginning. You know, they didn't really want it. But, yeah. I mean,
if you build it, they will come.
Nah, Vegas is trash.
Not Vegas. Remember what happened to us last time in Vegas? But Marcus just reminded me of that, man. His calls are always so good. And I remember that he won an award at the last appreciation night for such a good call. I wonder this year, it's almost that time of year where we're going to be doing like TBV Fighter of the Years and Callers of the Years and all that stuff. Shit, bro. Another year.
We might just have to do a show on it instead of doing appreciation night.
Well, we always do a show, to be honest with you. And the appreciation night, I mean, obviously that comes with the right fight. And even though that's why I brought it up, even though it's been a great year, we just haven't had that right fight.
Like Rigo Loma isn't that. I'm sorry. Like I love you, Rigo. I mean, dear friend of the show, but
it's not. No, it's not. It's not. Listen, Wilder Ortiz was not that.
Dude,
No.
Wilder Joshua would be that, but that's gonna be in the UK, and I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, there's UK listeners that might be down if we could get out there, but
I mean,
it's kind of difficult.
Yo, but that fight's not happening until 2019. Come on.
2020.
Oh,
Larry, is that another No, that's Larry.
But we have Bruce that called in.
Is it Betline Bruce?
Wow, he twice in 1 week. I'm shocked.
Black stripe.
TBV, public enemy #1. Pittsburgh Brew, baby.
What up?
Yo, you getting any feedback on them odds or what?
Not really. Not really. It was a little bit of chatter here and there.
No, there was some feedback, definitely.
Yeah.
There was some feedback, definitely, Bruce. I don't know why Ness is downplaying it.
I mean,
yeah, some people thinking that they can make some money, man.
I don't know. I seen a lot of complaining, but definitely an overtime or border wars topic for sure. I seen complaining, but I was busy today. You know what I mean? That was Matt chatting it up.
But I missed the show, man. I've been having a hell of a week. I've been in Buffalo, Pittsburgh, DC. I've been all over, man. So what are we talking about? Wilder?
Wilder Stiverne, Shawn Porter, Adrian Granados, Canelo, Triple G, not happening till September.
Oh, I thought that's when it was supposed to happen.
Well, supposed to is air quotes.
No. Matt, did I just hear you say that Wilder and AJ ain't happening until
Yo, it's a joke. I know we got a bet on it. It's a joke, man. Relax.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'm not welching on that bet. Okay, that fight's happening next year, November. Don't worry about it. In the UK.
Yeah, it probably will be in the UK though. But if it's not, that's definitely appreciation night worthy. Being the Gypsy King of the appreciation night, I would know. Yeah, I still got that award too, man.
I would hope you do. What the fuck?
You pawned it? Like, what else could you do with it?
It's like, yo, I left it at the crap table one night at Vegas.
I gave it a hooker as payment.
Man, listen, when we was in the last time we was in New York, and I left my ride there, because we was all fucked up, and I went back the next day to get it, and there was somebody had an award laying on the ground.
Yeah.
The boss was there, and the award.
Yeah, Enrique dropped it.
A million pieces.
And Enrique dropped it. He was drunk, man. He dropped mad effing bottles that night. I was mad. I'll never forget.
Oh,
I'm surprised.
He always get Enrique always get wobbly, right? What's up with that?
Yeah, he does get that wobbly drunk, Yo,
Bruce called in like it's an overtime topic, like overtime show. What's going on, Bruce? You on the wrong show.
Oh, yo, this ain't overtime?
Oh my God,
Yo, did Bruce really think that this was overtime?
That's awesome. Dude, for Bruce, you can make it overtime. For Bruce,
who is that? Steven.
Yeah.
He said, "Who is that, Steven?" You see, that's what you get.
Nah, he knew right away it was me. It took him as long as it took him to spit out who is that. He knew immediately it was me.
Yeah, but he still had to say, "Who is it?"
Yeah, no, I was just, it's always Ness and Matt. I was just surprised to hear someone else.
Rub it in some more.
For real.
Hilarious.
Well, Steve, what happened with you on Border Wars?
Evidently, my opponent has been MIA, but I've been losing the weight because I was supposed to get down to 165. So now, I don't know. I guess I'm just losing weight for fun.
Nah, man, we still trying to see if we can make something happen for you. But I mean, I offered you a fight, right? I forgot who I offered you.
Another person at 175, but it's that's 10 above what I'm right now. I'm at 170. I could do 175 right now, but it's I'm not in shape. That's out of shape 175.
Yeah, but all you got to do is now maintain the weight and turn it into muscle.
Nah, because the muscle will make me too slow, and I wouldn't be right at the weight.
Clark Kent, stop complaining. Okay, take a fight. Stop ducking.
Yo, you know who the guy is? I think the guy is Sal's boy too.
Yo, Matt, you're a career loser. Why am I gonna take advice from you?
Yo. Steven. Hey, Steven.
Yo, Matt goes to sleep every night and wishes he was bigger. He wants to fuck everyone. He wants to be in everyone's weight class.
Bro, fighting up like 40 pounds and shit, thinking that it's looking good.
Yo, we got an opponent for you, Steven, if you want one.
Who?
Yo, Salboy, man. We can get Salboy here anytime.
Oh, you talked to him?
Oh, he's down to fight someone, yeah.
At 165?
But what he weighs like 190, you said.
Yeah, we can get him down to like maybe like 175, 180.
Yeah, again, that's not my weight.
I got somebody else too. Tony G got another fighter that wants to get in too. He's told me.
Yo, stop bitching about weight, Steven, okay? Some of us on this panel had to fight people outside their weight class, okay?
Matt, you're just upset that you're the only panelist with a losing record. You're the Amir Khan of TBV.
That's not true. That's not true. Shout out to Enrique.
Oh yeah, Enrique lost too, bro.
Oh, shit. Damn, Enrique. He's super part-timer though. I'm part-time. He's super part-time.
Yo, you guys are the same part-time. Come on, step back.
Yo, at least you ain't no duck.
Yeah, I'd rather be a part-time. I'd rather be a part-time host than a full-time loser. All right.
Ooh.
Like, what about a full-time duck? Because you ain't fighting.
Ooh.
Can't duck no one that's not in your weight class. We went over this with Crawford and Gennady.
You can talk a bunch of shit, Steven, when you ain't fighting.
Yo, I can't duck no one who's not in my weight class.
No, but Matt, you can't
find a fight. Find a fight. You're a panelist. Find it.
I'm a fighter. I ain't the manager / promoter. You think
Matt,
the one-man band?
At him because he don't got to fight. Like it's his fault that Tommy Lee jumped out.
And you had a fighter that dropped on you that day, and you didn't find a fight like that week of.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, I had a contract.
No, you didn't find a fight. When Warren ended up not coming.
Yeah.
Yo, did I sign a contract? Yes, I did. Steven, have you signed a contract? No.
Yes, I did.
Ooh.
Actually, I did. Jose has a copy of it.
Yeah.
I did. Jose's got a copy of it.
There you go. You signed
documented.
Yeah. You don't have a fight. So it's easier to talk to you.
You're just a hater, Matt. You're just a hater. So
I didn't start the hate. I didn't start the hate. Steven wanted to throw fucking shade on me. I'm going to throw shade back for someone that's not fighting.
Yeah, but Matt, I don't mean it maliciously. I'm just somebody.
Hey, Steven, I know you
I
don't
can talk shit and not mean it.
Steven, I know you don't mean it maliciously, and I don't either. We know that. But I'm going to throw shade back. You best believe it.
Okay, for sure. I respect that then.
Steven, why won't you take
Clark Kent, Mr. Four Eyes over here, not taking a fight? Come on, fatty.
Yeah, why won't you take the Tony, not Tony, Sal's boy?
It really is because of the weight, man. There's no reason why I need to fight somebody out of my weight class, especially first fight.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Why won't he come down to 65, Matt?
Because he's 190 right now. I can ask him. I don't know. Like I haven't.
I started at like 198 and I got down.
Yeah, but Steven, why you don't do a catch weight? If he can't get to 65 and he's gumming down from 190, meet him at 68, maybe 70. You at 78. But anyway, off it, Bruce. Look at what you started, Bruce.
All Bruce's fault.
My fault, man.
This is totally border war shit. You guys flipped this whole subject.
Fucking Bruce.
Bruce, did he done up? Did he? Oh shit!
The 8th division champion.
Who's the
198-pound Matt by Border Wars 12?
8th division champ.
From Matt. That's funny.
Hey, his hat size. His hat size. Borders.
Yo, you must be on one of them fucking Route 80 back roads and shit, cause you going in and out.
He said his hat size is bigger than his waist size. Remember I said that a couple weeks back.
Oh, so they stealing your shit?
Always, man.
Or at least borrowing it. Bruce, we're going to get to some other callers, brother. You're going in and out in them back alleys over there in Pittsburgh. We're going out to Long Beach.
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, Matt's a fucking savage. You know what I mean? I've been catching up on all the border war shows, and just Matt's a fucking savage. And I just want to say we should all be thanking our lucky stars. Matt isn't 6'5" and 240 pounds, because he snapped all of our necks, literally.
Matt's been looking good in his sparring. You could see the progression.
Oh, Steven, thank you.
Lies people tell.
But
Yo,
Matt,
shut up, Ness.
Matt would kill us all. He would kill us all, though. If he was big enough and had the strength, he'd kill us. So it's a reason God gives certain people certain things. Matt couldn't handle it. He'd kill us all. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, I'm not excited for the fight this weekend. And it's a shame. We got a American heavyweight with a crazy knockout ratio. That said, obviously, some promotion of this fighter has went drastically wrong. I don't know what finger to put on where. I think it's a plethora of things. I'll just say that. But something's went wrong here. I'm not excited at all. I don't know how. You guys can give me the details on why Bermane Stiverne is a mandatory fight he has to have. This is terrible. Still looking forward to, one thing we got to look forward to big time, still on the calendar, is Lomachenko versus Rigo. And that's just, a fight that you really, I don't know if anybody's able to imagine how it plays out or how that fight looks once it's in the ring. One thing I want to ask you guys, can we get a running tally? I know it'll be a lot of fanboys calling in, but can we get a running tally? Because I'm interested to know who's your favorite current fighter. You know what I mean? I know we're going to hear a lot of Triple G's, but I think I'm interested to know who's and who will come out at the top of this thing. I want to start off with saying Leo Santa Cruz is my favorite fighter. Reason why? Because Santa Cruz is getting fucking better every time, man. Every time out, he gets better. This time, you even were able to see him pot-shotting a guy. And just it was really easy. So I'm excited to see his progression. Another thing I want to throw out there is Mikey Garcia and Lainez. Is that signed already, or is that still just in talks?
I think
there's talking.
Yeah, nothing's signed yet.
So here's my thing with Mikey, man. Because he's considering guys as big as Cotto. So, but my thing is, I don't think he should go over 140. And if he's going to fight a big fight, he better fight Crawford before Crawford gets really acclimated into the 147 division. He can still catch a smaller guy acclimating within a year from now. After that, you got to let it go. Guys like Porter, Spence, maybe a few other guys out there, they're in a hell of a spot where nobody wants to fight them. Spence, Porter, two guys that just jump off the top of my head in this regard. Nobody want to fight these dudes, man. And I just don't. It's going to be hard for these guys going forward. They're going to have to get the belts and make people come see them. But I don't know how it's going to happen for Porter. But I'm going to be in on that border war shit, man. I'm loving it. And Matt's a fucking savage. Y'all be good, all right?
Peace, JP. Just to answer his question, I would say I don't really have a favorite fighter. My favorite fighter to watch, definitely Terrence Crawford, without a doubt, because of the boxing skill.
What about Shawn Porter, though?
I mean, I feel like Shawn Porter is one of those guys that, he may just be one of the nicest guys in the sport, but it doesn't mean he's my favorite guy to watch in the ring.
I think he's all around for me, just because, like you said, he's one of the nicest guys outside of the ring. Inside the ring, he flips a switch to where he's a monster trying to, tear your fucking head off. And then, the rest of your limbs one after another. And not to mention, he's willing to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. You know what I mean? He's just got a lot of qualities that you like in a fighter. And not that many fighters share those things.
He's a throwback. I mean, the one thing about Shawn Porter is that he is sort of that throwback mentality that I'll fight anyone, anytime, anywhere. Sort of a bruiser, a brawler in a lot of ways. Not the most refined guy. So even casuals, will see him and go, wow, that's entertaining. I think Shawn Porter, even though I've been saying on the show that he's not a top 3 guy in the division in terms of drawing power, He definitely has fans. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people say that he's one of their favorite fighters to watch. I wouldn't be surprised.
What about Big Baby Miller? I fuck with Big Baby Miller for a while now.
Personal bias.
In terms of outside the ring, like the attention he can like control and demand, and inside the ring, he's throwing punches a lot, and he's got that size where it's just like you're in awe of him before the fight starts.
I'll be honest.
You know, that's a good fight to have before the Wilder fight. Because Big Baby Miller has a style that can push and test Joshua's stamina, but Joshua punches hard enough that he may be able to stop Big Baby because Big Baby's right in front of him. But they were also not impressed. Check out my interview with Ariellano Sosa, his trainer, Big Baby's trainer, and Big Baby themselves is on our YouTube channel. They were not impressed with Joshua. They believe he's a 4-round fighter. They calling him Zab and shit, the heavyweight Zab.
Joshua or Miller?
They're calling Joshua that.
Really?
Yeah, they say he's on a 4-round fighter because he gasses out.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's like he's got a late round stoppage over the most dominant champ.
Yeah, Klitschko, who's old and out of the ring for 2 years. So that's
you can't give
it. This isn't me. This is a fighter saying it, not me.
Okay, that's a good point. Well, I don't know. I disagree with that point. I think that if you're able to stop Klitschko in that late of the fight, in a fight that you got dropped and got up to fight your way back into, I think using that as a prime example is kind of difficult. There might be other examples that are better.
I'll look at heavyweights for cardio.
Great fucking point.
I'm not looking at them for that. And even the ones that have quote unquote great cardio in the heavyweight division, relative to other weight classes, they do not have great cardio.
Even Big Baby Miller himself, like he throws a lot of punches, but a lot of them are pity pat in effort to save stamina for later rounds. And even against Gallo, you know, like he was getting tired in there. If Washington was, I don't know, for lack of a better word, better, then Miller would have found himself in some trouble.
Miller's a guy that likes to swarm somebody and just overwhelm him. He's gonna keep throwing punches until you just quit.
Yeah, Wilder would be bad matchup for him unless it's like 3 years down the road, I think.
Well, Wilder sent him to the hospital. Miller does not deny that, but he calls it dehydration.
So does Stiverne.
Well, it's different because Big Baby's dehydration came in the gym, and I can attest, man. They got like 3 airplane fans in that motherfucker for the summer when they turn it on, because it is an oven. It's not like regular heat. You have to get used to it. So, you know, oh God. So you don't fuck with Big Baby, huh? You ain't believing his story?
Dude, Big Baby's a shit.
Look, I love Big Baby. I think he's entertaining as hell, but I don't believe Stiverne when he says he was dehydrated. I believe he probably got worked over in sparring, and that dehydrated you. Using air quotes, you know. Come on, like
they didn't give you water in between rounds.
I've seen Wilder in sparring. He hurts guys, so I'm just. Why would it be? Why would it not be possible that
I'm gonna have to bring everyone to Wilder's camp. I love now that I don't have to talk because you've seen the fucking skill first.
Hey, I got a question. So you guys are you're not allowed to videotape Wilder sparring.
We're allowed to talk about it.
We're allowed to take
but you're allowed to see it.
And we're allowed to take pictures of it.
Are you allowed to write about it?
Yes.
Yeah. But who writes? We talk.
Yeah, I know. But like, I'm just asking.
I mean, you're the writer that doesn't write.
Like, I think he's trying
to talk.
Like, let's say, like, if we saw Wilder get knocked down in sparring, could we write about it? Yes, we could. Like, we didn't sign an NDA.
Oh, that's what he means?
I think that's what he's trying to allude to, without actually saying those words. Which, come on, Clark, just say it.
I'm sure it would.
They might tell us something though.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure they'll be like, "Yo, Ness, yo," and I'll be like.
We're slowly backpedaling out, you know.
Yo, remember that little gif of Homer going into the bushes? That'll be me. They're like, "Yo, Ness, don't post that." It's like, just sink away. But yo, Maine, final thoughts. It's that time. Final thoughts.
Are we doing overtime?
Are we gonna do an overtime? I mean, I'm always willing to work, bro. I'm a workaholic. That's why my women leave me and my girl hates me.
Are you gonna be on overtime?
Yeah, you guys are killing me, man. I gotta go to bed soon. I still gotta fucking make my fucking breakfast. I gotta make my lunch, and I gotta make my dinner.
It's 6 o'clock. He's talking about bed.
I wake up and go to work at 2:30 in the morning. Fuck out of here. I'm not gonna explain myself to you guys. You guys know what's up.
Yo. So wait, hold on. You can't do like an extra like 30 minutes of radio?
No, he's got to cook his food.
Yeah, man. I still haven't eaten. I haven't eaten since I got off work today because I got home, went on a run, and then had to get. Come on, man. You guys know how I am. No time.
Clark Kent being Clark Kent.
He's got it when he takes.
Gotta go save 2 people. Gotta go save 2 people right now that are fucking dying down the street.
Don't forget the cat. The cat too.
The cat's on the way back.
Superman, the cat in the tree.
Prioritize. Cat's on the way back.
Yeah, fuck cat. If there's a dog, it'd be on the way there.
For real. No bullshit.
Final thoughts, really quick. Final thoughts. Deontay Wilder. He keeps expressing that he feels he's gonna kill somebody in the ring. So I'm gonna be tuned in. Broner isn't fighting, but that is Granados' claim to fame. So let's see if Porter puts out that fire. He said he's not gonna take this guy lightly, as others have. So I wonder, does he get like an Eric Bonet type of performance? It would be impressive if Porter can always knock out that B-C level tier, because he does. When it's not the Thurmans or the Brooks of the world, he is getting a knockout. So if he can be consistent with that, that would be interesting and raise his stock. Breazeale, I'm interested to see versus Molina, even though after rewatching the Molina-Wilder fight, I'm less interested in watching Molina. And that hurts because we're actually friends and he listens, and I hope he doesn't get offended, but you turned your back a lot. And you kind of did it in the AJ fight. Maybe your late start into the heavyweight division is the reason that you flinch up the way that you do. And it's just becoming now more of a cur. You need to handle that. Triple G Golovkin being in September with Oscar De La Hoya's latest quotes. Man, I fucking knew that was going to happen. No surprise to me. It's the smart business decision. Build it up a little more. Make those haters hate and make the lovers talk more about it. I'm your host, NestGTO. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Join us after this for some Patron-only content.
And that's patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice, not Patron, the tequila. They could be confused with the same thing. But I'm Matt Hipster Hunter. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram. MMA podcast is Mixed Combat Radio. It's on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. My quick final thought: WBC, WBA with these VOD programs, either clean up the sport or get rid of the programs, because it's a fucking waste of my time and our time having these fights ruined if you're not going to actually suspend these guys and then punish these guys for taking these substances. Mr. Clark Kent, take it away.
My final thoughts are I'm excited for the fights this weekend because I like Porter and I like Wilder. Eric Molina's kind of doo-doo in my opinion.
Well, your final thoughts are on a microphone that isn't plugged in, and you're just
you're lip
singing right now. That's what he's doing. He's lip singing. He's like,
fuck a cat.
Good final thought. Peace.
His final thought. Go ahead, Steven. You can say your final thoughts with your shitty mic.
Yeah, it was fuck a cat. That was it.
Not literally though, because that would be bestiality.
And not bad for the brand. No, bad for the brand.
Nez, come on, man.
We don't judge here, obviously, at TBV. You know, you can fuck cats here, apparently.
Yeah, we don't judge you here at TBV. Whatever you're into.
We just judge your audio quality, not what else you do. Yeah, we're out. Join us for some Patreon. Peace.